you know, just to kind of make sure that if I say it wrong, I hope that people roast me here in the comments.
Yeah, this is here forever.
Oh, man, okay, so is it Josh or Chase? That's the question.
One
All right, the
is my
glasses
legal
cut.
birth.
The glasses kind of throw me off, so it's like, could it be a Josh or could it be a Chase? You know,
That's fair. Yeah.
If only I had my glasses. Then
if you had your
You had your
glasses on, then
glasses?
I'd be screwed.
they're
You know.
not here at the moment.
should-
Oh
should-
man. All right, so
should
I'm
buy-
feeling.
Yeah, you have to, yes.
Hold on, I got you.
Yeah,
Oh, oh.
he's got you.
Oh, okay. This makes it maybe a little, arguably maybe a little bit easier, because I feel like only a true like Chad move would be to wear those sunglasses. So, and what's close to Chad is Chase. So I feel like if I had to guess, on the left hand side it's Chase, and on the right it's Josh.
You're entirely correct. My name is Josh.
Woo! Yeah.
That's
You got it.
excellent.
Oh.
Great work.
Ah.
Great work. Yep.
All right.
Got it.
That's it. That's the interview, guys. That was it. That was the whole thing.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for
Thanks
having
for having
us.
us,
Had
yeah.
a great time.
That was some great logic there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That was
Honestly, if I didn't get the phone a friend, like, who wants to be a millionaire, like here you go, put the glasses on, I don't think I would have come to that process. But you know, just made it a little bit easier. So now,
Yep. Praise be the buffs.
oh,
I am buff. Amen.
well,
12 seconds later.
how's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Camino Kid with us tonight. They could say their
Hi.
names and what they do in the band.
Hi, my name is Josh. I am our lead vocalist and play rhythm guitar
And I'm Chase, and I play lead guitar, and
and rhythm vocals.
Oh, and
there.
rhythm
Woo!
vocals.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's important. That's
Harmonies,
important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
it's important.
screams I could never even begin to mimic. He's got a lot of good ones in there. And
You know,
they're
it's a
beyond
lot.
impressive.
It's a lot with the soul. You know, the chest. I like it. I like it.
100%.
yeah.
But,
thank you so much for having us, by the way.
No problem. We are gonna have a bunch of goose, a bunch of gaffs. You know, plenty of humor, plenty of music. We will be diving through it all. I wanted to give a shout out to. I had made a post on Facebook asking bands to come on. So much love to everybody. Hit me up to do it. I hope I got to everybody. If not, you know, let me know. I would love to do something with you. So if you watch this and you're like, hey, I'm a band, and I say, oh, okay, are you one person or whole band? You know, so too many questions to start. So just email me, and then we can ask all those important details. Very similar to Camino Kid. So got to give you kudos on the you know, the importance of email. You know, you're like, let me follow up in an email. So
Oh, yeah.
love to see it. You know, that's a je ne sais quoi. You know, that's
Do what I
the
can.
type of that's the
Hotmail,
type I love.
AOL, all of it.
Yeah, I still have my Yahoo
Yahoo,
account that my
Hey,
dad set up for
hey.
me
Hey,
when I was like 3 years old. Way too early. I don't know when it was that I got a Yahoo, but like, yeah, that was all the rage. Oh man.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, again, thank you for coming on. I wanted to give a brief second to, I want to see who tagged you in coming on here, because I wanted to give him a shout. I don't know who it was. So if I can find out who it was, either you guys can tell me or I'll throw text on the screen now to give a major kudos. But how did you guys find out about Audio Addiction?
We would say a major kudos to the one and only Dan Hassel of Rosemont, and kept on hold as well with Andrew over there. But Dan Hassel is he was
My
the reason
dad.
we got our first show. He is
Oh.
a big part of kind of what got us rolling as a band, and
Hey.
we could not thank that man enough for anything. And
Big
yeah, he-
salutes, you know.
huge salutes. to our
Huge
man
salutes.
Dan.
Hey, my
he's
man.
an incredible guy, and has done a lot for us and a lot for just people in general around the local kind of Detroit area music scene for years now.
There you
couldn't
go.
Be more grateful.
How much
Comes from
how
you,
much
man.
did he pay you to say that? I'm just curious. Are we,
Well,
you know, is that
We
semantics,
don't have
you
to
know?
get into that.
There's
Okay,
a
okay.
stipulation that we could give a range. It's from $1,000 to $2,000.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not gonna say it's $1,500, but it's somewhere.
But it's somewhere
In between
around
those
there.
two numbers.
Yeah.
It's $1,999.99. You know, we can't disclose that type of numbers, but you know, if we
Feel free,
were
Like
potentially,
you have an idea, but
yeah.
Yeah.
it's out of my,
Out of my price bracket, honestly. So I do appreciate it. Big shout out to Dan. Dan did not pay us to say this, but Dan is awesome. Go check out Rosemont,
He's
my
so
my
Oh,
boy.
man.
You know,
my
he paid me
dad.
a lot to say that, but you know, that's you know, it's
Yeah.
it's anywhere between the 9,000 and $1 million range. So you know,
Man,
yeah.
can't yeah. He's got
He's
some
gonna
deep
get a mint
pockets.
off this episode. Listen, yeah. He's doing well for himself.
Deep pockets, man. He's got it. So big salutes,
pockets.
you know, big
This
salutes to my guy.
episode, I guess, sponsored by Dan Hassel. Because
Yeah.
where else is he gonna throw
Yeah.
that money?
Also,
It's
it's
gonna
sponsored by Raid Shadow. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
be-
No.
Holds up a can.
Just like I turn
Raid
around and
Shadow
just like.
Legends. Diet Raid Shadow.
Diet Raid Shadow Legends. Just in case you weren't a fan of regular Raid Shadow Legends, Diet Raid Shadow Legends is arguably the better version with
It's like
less
the same
calories.
with a little less.
Yes.
Stick around.
Same
We
great
also
flavor.
got- we got fucking World of Tanks Code Red. It's gonna be sponsoring
Guys,
the
if
next
you
episode.
use code Camino Kid 10, you'll get a free battle tank plus 10,000 gold, baby.
Oh, with the stars and stripes.
Hey, let's
skin?
go. Salutes, baby.
Oh, salutes. A
I can
deal at any
only
price.
dream.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. You know, it'd be really funny though, is if World of Tanks saw this and was like, actually, can we sponsor your video? And then I would be fucking stoked, you know. So
Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's the dream.
Down.
that's the
You're all
dream.
one World of
World of
Tanks.
Tanks,
Wait,
slide into those DMs, you know. Camino
Shout out,
Kid,
yeah.
Camino Kid, audio addiction collab, you know, on
We
some
will
World of
release a
Tanks.
song called World of Tanks.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
On record. I'm glad we got
on
that
record.
recorded.
Well, it is on video, so it would be on record. Yeah, so
Yeah. Spot on.
it would be,
Hear that,
you
World
know,
of Tanks?
at World of Tanks, guys. Just remember that, just in case, you know, if you want to hear the World of Tanks song, like we might as well tweet at them, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean they're giving away a free tank, so I mean, come on, let's go.
I mean,
They get to
shit.
pay for it.
Simple as that.
I mean, shit.
Off to a great start. We love, like I said, goose and gaffs here are plenty. But the first question I have for you guys is, other than checking out your music on YouTube, don't know too much about your band otherwise, so this is probably the best opportunity to learn about Camino Kid. So how did you guys start out? What is the origin story of Camino Kid? Feel free to spare no expense. You can take all the time you want. I don't do anything except for just sitting in this room forever, so
Yeah.
free me.
Yeah.
I'm here to rescue.
Liberate me.
Help. If you listen, the first letter of every word I just said explained my location, and I'm gonna need you to find where that is.
Blink twice if you can get out of here.
No, it's a funny story. So I was working at this restaurant in Farmington at the time. I'm like a bartender. That's where
Nice.
I learned how to bartend
Hey.
and everything. And I had gotten a job at a dispensary, and so I was leaving that bar. And so my last 2 weeks there, I was training none other than Josh to take my spot.
Hi. That's the first weeks I ever started bartending in my life.
Yep.
Were his last weeks at that
And
restaurant.
I was his sensei.
Yes.
And,
Hey,
I did
respect.
not care.
Yeah.
I did not
Uh,
care.
I was just like, I remember being like, "Hey man," like kind of nervously, like, "Is it alright if I like go out and smoke real quick?" And he's like,
Yeah.
what
Why are
the
you
fuck?
asking me?
What are we doing? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just do
You
it.
should have
I'm on
already
my
been back
2 weeks.
smoking by now, you know?
Wasted
Here,
your breath.
take one, man.
Yeah.
Like,
You need a lighter? Here, take a lighter too. I got that.
Dude, just duck. I'm smoking under the bar.
Six inside? Six
That's our signature drink is ash and rum, you know?
We call it the SIGs inside.
Yeah. Hey.
But no, my last 2 weeks there, me and this guy, we got along really well. I'd say we like hit it off pretty quick. You know?
Oh, that's
I
cute.
don't know how it came up, but we just started talking about like music, and you were like, "Oh, I play bass," and I was just like, "Perfect."
Yes.
Yes.
I
If
remember
only
you
you
like
knew.
this
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
thing.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
and then he was just like, "Why are you doing that?" And you're like, "Don't worry about it." Well,
Oh, I'm just thinking of a new
Yeah.
cocktail.
You keep
I'm
doing
trying to
that and
figure out how to
laughing.
put like ash into a drink somehow. I don't know how. Gonna.
Yeah. But yeah, so we met there, and then I left that restaurant, and then we just like didn't talk for a couple months.
The way I always put to people is we kept threatening to hang out for months.
Yeah.
It just kept being like, "Hey man, hey, you free? Oh no, I'm sorry, man."
You're like,
"Oh, yeah,
man, you free? Come on, you free, bro?
Yeah.
Free?
Get out here.
Yeah.
Come hang
But
out
we
with
always
me.
knew-
Yeah.
Please.
we like knew we were going to hang out though. It wasn't one of those just like, oh, like yeah, well, let's hang out, but I'm gonna blow you off. We were like, yeah, no, like we're absolutely gonna get together and do some
That's
shit.
nice. Yeah.
And so I remember it was like October
Yeah,
2021.
October. Yeah,
Yeah?
that's right.
I like drove up to where we are now in Ypsilanti, and I brought an acoustic guitar, and he had his, and we just kind of we knocked out like 2 or 3 ideas like that first day hanging out. We were just like, okay, this is like something. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, no, that was fun. We wrote a song that we both still actually like. As far as all the songs we've written together, that's still like pretty high up there. It's called "Lay You Down." We haven't released it anywhere, but it just kind of happened like that, and it was exactly like Chase said. This kind of like, oh, whoa, like I think once you've been in enough projects in any artistic platform, you just kind of know when things are working and when they're not.
Sure,
And
yeah.
It was 100% that feeling of like, oh, all right, cool, yeah, like we're gonna do this again, and this is gonna happen, and we're gonna figure this out. 100%.
We're in a band together. That's
Yeah.
great.
Music.
Talent. You know.
Yeah. And then, Dan Hassel was again like that was then what spurred everything to kind of take us to that. Dan, I remember that morning. That was actually, I think this is a funny story because I had saved up enough to get a new laptop. Was very excited about it. I was like, I'm gonna be playing my little video games and making my little music
and shit.
and going on my
Hell
little
yeah.
Google Chrome
Hey.
and checking my little email and going on my little Facebook and putting my little hands together like this and going to my calculator app and all that fun stuff. And tried to order it online. It would not. Shout out newegg.com for being the worst website ever because I could not order my laptop. Fuck you, Newegg.
Wow.
Hear me now.
Wow, he
Hear
really-
me now, Newegg. Hear me roar. I tried to get this laptop, would not order for the life of me. And I was with my friend, and they were like, maybe the universe doesn't want to get you a laptop right now. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. I want
That's
this laptop.
messed up. Yeah.
It's messed up. And so I went over to Chase's and we had practice. And I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I can't stop thinking about this laptop. Can we please go to a store and get my laptop pretty please? It was very impulsive of me.
It's all
So
right.
we go to the store, browsing through the laptops. And I look for somebody to help me like find the one that I was looking for. And who is it other than young Daniel Hassel? He was there, and I hadn't seen him in years. And I'm like, what, Dan?
I think it's important to note too. We both know him from separate things.
Also
I
true.
used to work at that Best Buy with
What?
Dan. Back
Oh
when I
my
was in high
God.
school. And so Dan knew who I
Yo.
was. I knew who Dan was, but we just like all connected.
Yeah.
at
What a
that moment.
circle.
We were like, whoa.
Yeah, and that was on like a Tuesday, and we were talking music, and he went, hey, at some point he was like, hey, do you guys want to play a show? And we're like, cool, when? He's like, Saturday. And we're like, yeah, sure. And so we showed up to that first show. I was playing bass, he was playing guitar. We had nothing else. And we played like 4 or 5 songs to open up that show. And that's actually where we met our producer. Shout out Alec Garnica. Incredible producer. I know he goes by White Owl Sounds, but also like just Alec Garnica. You can find him there.
Hey,
He's like
shouts
a
out.
Warminator. And yeah, he was there. He was a guitarist in a band. We chatted with him. That's how we got those 2 singles recorded. But I digress at that point. But it was a very like it was quite a kismet of an evening where things just kind of came together like that.
Yeah, very
It was
much
real
so.
special. Yeah.
That's you know, I think it's kind of crazy. I always talk about this a lot in doing the podcast for as long as I've been doing it for, where like the craziest situations brings people together in terms of like music. You would never expect to be like, yeah, so I'm going to a Best Buy and like I'm gonna meet up with my homie Dan, and you're like, wait a second, I also have a homie named Dan. Is it the same Dan? And then you're driving there together. You're like, is that the Dan he's talking about, or is it a different Dan? Because you know, there's a lot of Dans out there, right?
There are
So
quite a few.
there are quite a
Several
few Dans, you know.
At least 5.
At least 5, maybe 4.
6.
You know, maybe 6. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who's to say? Who's to say, right? And then you just wind up going to the Best Buy, and you're like, "Yo, we know the same Dan. What is going on here?"
yeah.
Like,
Just like that.
I would probably feel like I always think that like when people are like, "Oh, you know that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've had him on the interview. Like, of course I know this dude." And you're like, "We're touring together. This is great." Like, and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, that's so sick." And then they're like, "We love Brandon." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I love you guys
like-
too."
Little old me.
Oh, little old me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know if I've ever met like a smaller world than the local music scene around here like
Yeah.
that. That's a great point. Because yeah, there's so many little like, oh, this person from years ago, or oh, you know this person. That happens all the time. 100%.
and I think it's such a heartwarming thing as well as like I think scene too, like that was kind of like the biggest surprise to me for like making the post and having other people just be like, yo, check this band out, check this band out, check this band out. And I think it's just cool how like other people are interconnected with that. And I
Right.
think I love it because it's just like such a cool thing that bands, even if like, and I think it has a lot to do with just the way that I've had musicians on, which is just like through the internet, right? And I think it's one of the coolest things to know that like there's so many bands within like a local scene that's in like a specific area that is just like trying to grow, trying to foster, and then like, you know, I'm doing my stuff in like Pennsylvania and then like trying to grow that, and then like you have people like up in the Northeast that are doing stuff, you know, people down more in the South. It's just kind of crazy to hear that, and then like the interweavings of, you know, people being like, oh, I know that guy from this and that, and then you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I met him through here and doing that, and it's just like such a cool heartwarming thing. So I, you know, that was like probably one of the coolest things about doing that, and I've done it a couple times throughout my 7 year tenure here on YouTube, you know. So I think for me it's always a cool thing, and I think it just goes to show that you're not going to know every single band on the face of the earth, and I probably won't ever, you know, but I'm going
Right.
to damn well try to get every band that I possibly can on here. So, again, major salutes to Dan, my guy, you know, the boy,
Boom.
the salutes, you know, and
Yes, sir.
obviously kudos to bringing Camino Kid together. I know the laptop, you know, the laptop
That's our dad.
mentality, he was
Yeah.
on it, you know, and you
Yeah.
know, fuck Newegg. I mean, but if you want to sponsor me, that would also be sick, you know. So
That's
you
fine.
know,
We'll
I would
also
be
take
down
a
for it.
sponsorship. it ain't that deep, but like,
You're
In a
just like
way, it's
you.
almost a
Meanwhile,
sponsorship for
you're
it.
like this, and then you're like but
like
wait a
no,
second. Actually,
yeah.
actually, but like the bag though would be really nice. You know, like you want to pass me the bag, that'd be sick. You know.
And in a way, to be nice to Newegg for a second, maybe they knew that we had to meet Dan Hassel inside that Best Buy, and they were like, "Listen, yeah." In a way, they're like, "We turned down your money. Like, we want this amount.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
want you to like be fulfilled more than that. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna say no. You go to Best
Yeah.
Buy. You get a good deal."
They're like we're only gonna give you that bag if you like retract that 1 star statement you made on our page, you know, about our customer service. You know, if you
Yeah.
do that, great, we'll give you the bag. If not, then you know, hold your ground, you know, and just say, you know, get sponsored by Best Buy, like, you know, the opposite, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I
counter.
think I will. Regardless of what I just said, I will hold my ground because it seems like the right thing to do, integrity-wise. And I'm not gonna go back on the shit I
Respect,
talked on Newegg.
respect,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah,
know.
I gotta put my feet, you know, deep into the earth at some points. Keep my
Respect,
heels
you
in.
know, you gotta let Newegg know that they did it once, but you're not gonna let them do it again, you know.
Yeah, let me just formally say, Newegg, this is the hill I will die on.
Must I bear
No
this
matter
cross
what.
forever?
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
this gets to Newegg. Newegg shouts, you know, that's pretty sick.
Please. Yeah, shout out Newegg.
But the next question, guys, I don't typically like to ask this question, but I'll ask you because I'm curious on how the name was made. I'm not typically a person that's like, how did you make your band? Where did the band name come from? I'm more like, okay, give me the juice, you know, give me the meat of it. But I thought Camino Kid must have some sort of storyline behind it. So was that the first name you guys came up with? What were some of the other options on that docket? You know, is it like a CIA like certified block like redacted like paperwork? I just need to know all the deets. You know.
Yeah.
So originally, that first show we got from Dan, bless up.
Bless up.
Shout
We
out
didn't
Newegg.
have a name when we played that show. We were just kind of like very last minute put on. We were like sick, and we were busy making all these songs for the show that I don't think we even like considered a name. So we were there. Yeah, we were there and we
No.
played our set and everything. And I forget who
Absolutely.
said it, but somebody referred to us as the No Namers,
Yeah.
and we
The
were like,
No
"That's sick."
I like
Yeah.
that.
Sick.
Yeah, that's sick, bro.
Had it
Yeah,
right.
that was a good like placeholder. And then I remember there was one night we were on the phone for like a couple hours, sitting here just like, what's a band name? And we were like going through all these different ideas. I had like a notebook filled out of all these different names. and I was just like pacing the basement of my aunt and uncle's house, and my uncle's a chef, so he has all these cookbooks.
Oh, nice.
And I just happened to look over at one of them. It was like Southwest Cooking. I forget the name of the exact book, but it was like Camino something. And I was just like, what if we put the word Camino in there? And Josh was just like, that's Spanish for road. And I was just like, I know.
I know. You're like, in your head, you're just like, I didn't know that. Now I know.
I just kind of like it. Yeah. And I don't know exactly how we decided on Camino Kid, but it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
It rolls
there.
off the tongue, you know?
Oh, we're glad.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it,
good.
you know, it's like I almost thought possibly it might have been inspired by shout outs to a great band, the band Camino, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
could be that,
No,
but it's
no.
not.
Not at all.
My aunt will occasionally be like, you know, there's already a band called Camino,
Yeah,
right?
we
And
do
I'm
get
like,
that.
the band Camino? Yeah.
Yeah, we do get that sometimes. And we just like,
Yeah.
You should
it's
just
so hard to
you
find
should
a
just
name.
call yourself the band Camino. You're just like, hey, what's going on, Detroit? It's the band Camino, and then the band Camino's like, bro, like,
Bro, I'll
why?
start some beef.
Like,
I'll
no,
start
we,
some beef.
we swear the word kid is at the end of it. But yeah,
Yeah, it's in very
that's
fine
one thing we
print.
proved.
It's like
We're
in
not
very-
afraid to start beef.
It's like in
Very,
very
very
small font.
tiny,
Yeah,
yeah.
very tiny font.
Yeah,
You have to
we're the
pull out a
band Camino.
microscope to see kid. It just says Camino and then kids like in very, very like tiny
It's
letter.
beside the
Period,
D or
yeah.
something.
Yeah. They're like, is that a
We're the
period
band
at the end?
Camino Kid.
Camino. You're like Camino, kid. You know, like that.
Yeah, so we got this band, the band Camino Kid, and we really enjoy them. It's a great, really, yeah, we just love our name. No,
Oh.
that's honestly more flavor than I was even aware was in the naming of the band. I didn't realize he was looking at a cookbook.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
anytime I tell people, I'm like, I don't know, man. We just thought it sounded cool. We were, you know what created that name? Pure desperation. We were trying for like a month to figure out any kind of name. Like
That should be a
beating our head
quote.
against the
That should be. You should put you should make a T-shirt and then said the Camino, and then just have kid in really short writing and on the back, and then you're like on the back of the shirt it says name came up with in desperation. That would be
Hold
in
on, I'm writing this
quotes.
down. 1 second.
wall. In quotes, yeah.
I would love that. I would buy that.
That's all right.
I'd buy that
merch
tomorrow.
dropping
Yeah.
soon. Yeah.
It would be the perfect conversation starter. Like if you just showed up and you were wearing that shirt, like people would be like, is that a period? And you're like, no, that's the Camino kid. And then you're like, and they're like, why is kid in such a small writing? And then literally you just turn around.
Turn
And
around,
they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or if people just see the back, then they're like, well, what's on the front then? Like, you know,
Yeah,
name
they're
came
like,
up with in desperation. Like they'd be like,
What's the name?
what's the name? Yeah.
I like
So
that we
either
do
way, you're the marketing is chef's kiss, you
it.
know.
Oh,
Man.
we do.
That's
we can, yeah.
listen, that's what I'm all about here, you know. I'm just trying to come up with some of the world's worst ideas possible, you know.
I appreciate that.
Everybody
man.
comes up with the most brilliant ideas, but no one comes up with the worst ideas, you know.
You know, someone has to.
Yeah. No, it's funny you bring up marketing because we actually both majored in marketing.
Oh, nice. Same.
No, we didn't.
No,
That's
we
a lie.
Oh shit.
That's
I actually did.
No, you did? Oh, no. You thought we were bonding. You thought you were like, yes.
He's like,
I
yeah.
was like,
And I'm like, no, I didn't.
Business.
I didn't finish community college, man. Like,
Hey.
hey.
so did I.
OCC. Shout out Schoolcraft.
Yeah.
Shout out WCC.
hey.
Shout out all of them.
Shout out community
So
college.
community college. Yeah.
Shout out to community college.
Affordable degrees. But yeah, I love that. Listen, if you take that offer, that's totally fine. I'm totally not gonna sue you in court for it. But you know,
Oh, okay. I heard. That seems like a threat. I don't want to get too soon.
Need that in writing?
Yeah. Can you put
I'm just
that on a
kidding. If
t-shirt?
you, yeah, this is not a threat. That's what should my t-shirt.
I'm not gonna sue.
I'm not gonna sue.
Right there,
That
you
should
know,
be your second shirt.
Oh, hey, there we
the
go.
line- Yeah. the
New
whole-
drip drop.
the
There you
full
go.
lineup is
There's a full
really
lineup. It's
rolling
just the
out.
lawsuit lineup. It's like, guys, it's just like we have finest merch today, and it's just like every shirt that just basically says like we are trying not to get sued right now, so that would be great. So if you could buy this shirt so we can like pay for like court,
Pay for our
yeah,
legal
that'd
bills,
be
yeah.
For the legal fees.
Legal
for
fees.
selling these shirts.
yes, exactly.
That's genius.
Oh, man.
Talk about a close
Listen,
loop.
listen. That's what I'm all about here. The like I said, the worst. Everybody comes up with the best ideas, but I'm here for the worst. You know, I come up with the worst ideas. But if you guys take the merch idea seriously, that'd be hilarious. I'd love that, and I would definitely buy a shirt if you guys actually went through with it.
That's
Yeah,
that's-
we have to now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's-
Thank you.
We don't
Thank
have
you.
a choice now.
You
Yeah,
have a
we-
cho-
I just want to make you happy, man.
I
legally
just want some.
obligated.
I honestly just want someone to comment below and be like, "I'd buy that shirt." Listen, if you like that shirt
I'd buy
idea,
that shirt.
comment below. Make sure to add the band Camino. I mean, sorry, Camino Kid.
No. Hey! Oh, whoa!
They're like, "Wait, what's
guess we
this
heard that
shit?"
one,
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
Redacted.
Tag the
Redacted.
band Camino.
Beep!
Don't
Just like-
tag us at all.
I just blur. I just like blur out my mouth and then like redact the audio. They're like, Tom DeLonge took all of this audio. Apparently, after this interview, they got abducted by aliens. So,
Tom DeLonge.
amen,
Comes
brother.
when you least expected.
Dude, swear.
Typical. That's typical
Swear.
Tom, if you ask me. No.
The best,
Classic
the best,
Tom.
the best there
Classic
ever is.
Tom.
Yeah, class. I feel like then at that point we just have our arms crossed and then just like did like the audience like like fake applause like in a sitcom. You're like Tom. It's like I'll
Oh,
edit
was
in
that
some
you,
like
Tom?
I'll add some dumb laughter track in there. It'll be great.
That's incredible.
I think it would be even better if I just left it blank and there was no audio or just like just squares
Just
crossed out.
How much like do you do any editing to the video footage?
Oh no.
all right.
No.
Well then I
It's
was gonna
raw and
ask for
uncut.
this. I was gonna ask for this. I won't get it, so I'll just say it anyways. Star wipe. I just really wanted to. I was like, if you do anything, then I
I'll
want,
do
like, a
that. Okay,
Star wipe
okay,
over
you
here
got
for
it.
fun. If you do that star wipe, I'm gonna lose my mind. But like, you know, don't
I just do
don't,
like the more you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay.
don't knock
Camino
your groceries
Camino
because you
Kid.
were busy
Camino
making a
Kid.
star wipe. But if you have extra time,
Oh, don't worry. Well, I'll,
that'd be
I'll
great.
you know, it'd be even better is if I actually, you say do the star wipe and then I don't do it, but then like in another spot in the interview, I do a star wipe. I feel like that would be great.
Right.
Like a completely
Actually,
random
yeah.
time where you would not
Yeah.
expect it. Yeah. So
we
big,
start to really get into like our deep psychological traumas, which you're gonna ask us about. It's just like, yeah, man, it was like,
and then it was a
was
star
rough.
wipe.
yeah, I was in there for 4 days without food and water,
and then,
I was dead for 2 minutes.
then a star wipe. That would be wild.
shitty CGI unicorn.
You're just like, yeah, you're like, my aunt died yesterday, and then it's just like a star wipe, and
a little glitter effect.
LOL.
they're like, this is depressing, and then that's what. No, I'm kidding. I feel like we really went off the rails on that one, but and then that's when I do the star wipe. But no, I love the band name is great. I hope that you guys, again, continue to kill it on that. I did check out some of the songs that were on YouTube. I did check out So Far and My Luck, which I think are the only two that are out right now as of currently. They're both Chef's Kiss. Guys, I will
thank you
leave
so much,
links below. Go give it a listen. Go give it some love. If you somehow made it past the Newegg hate, I appreciate it. I can understand, as hashtag gamer mode. If you're not about that life, it's okay. It's okay. I know a lot of gamers buy stuff from Newegg. So guys, if you want to use Brandon 10 to get off 10% off your next Newegg order, do it up. I don't have any allegiance, so
Yeah, absolutely. And if you use the code, fuck you, Newegg, it will not work. But
will
you can
not
feel
work.
a sense of pride while you do
Yeah,
it.
You'll
That's
get
what
a
I-
free.
somebody that prints out
Yeah.
that receipt is gonna see "fuck Newegg" on it, and then be like,
Please.
wow, this guy's really buying stuff from our company, but he wanted to really send a message,
Oh, that's how you feel.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
They're like, I'm gonna give you
Guess who's
something
not
wrong
getting
then.
your
Yeah. Guess who's not getting a laptop then? This guy. then you take them to court, and then you use their shirt money. You know, it's coming full circle, guys. You know,
Wow,
so
wow,
yeah.
dude, that's great work
Listen,
right there,
you
man.
know,
You
I am
never
I
release any
I
music.
somebody
It's just
might
our
say
thing
that
now.
I am the detective of the music industry. You know, so
I'm picturing like, yeah, what we can't see along with your like where your camera is just a cork board and
it
red
is.
yarn.
Yeah,
And
you know.
you got Newegg, you got Camino Kid, you got
Yeah,
T-shirts.
you know, have you ever heard of
All that.
CoffeeZilla? I'm like the music version of CoffeeZilla. You know, I'm doing like hit pieces. You know, so that's the next one.
I don't know CoffeeZilla, unfortunately, but I take your word for it 100%.
Okay,
'cause you
great.
haven't lied
Or
to
I
me
could be
yet.
like Charlie Day and like Always Sunny, and I'm just like, it's
Hey,
gonna.
yeah.
This is it. We're figuring it out. It's
Pepe Sylvia.
yeah,
Pepe
yeah,
Sylvia.
yeah. Pepe Sylvia. Yes, that's me. You know, so I'm like Charlie Day over here in the corner. You guys can't see it, you know, because I really kind of like hone in on my craft when I'm in that zone, you know. But when I'm here, you know, calm, cool, collected. But you know, if I panned over, just can't do it. It's not good.
Yeah.
Can't.
I get
Yeah,
it. I get
yeah.
what you're
It'd all be redacted, you know. So don't wanna spoil it. But
saying.
anyway, I really loved So Far My Luck. I think the one that I listened to just before we hopped on was So Far, and I thought that one was just like, I was like, man, how did I not hear about this band? They're like absolutely
Oh.
ripping. I loved
Thank you,
that
man.
track. I thought it was fantastic. Again,
Thank
I'll
you
leave
so
links
much.
to both. If they have a YouTube channel, I'll also leave a link for that. All their social media. You already know. If you've been on the channel long enough, you know, check the description. That's where all the goodness is at. You know, and you know you want to give a follow. You know you want to give a like. You know you want to
Follow
give
this
some
man.
love. So go follow Camino Kid. You already know. It's. I wouldn't be recommending you some dog shit. You know, it's only grade A,
Unless you're into that kind of
100%.
thing.
You know, no one's into dog
USDA.
shit. So you know, I'm
Choice, no.
very crafted. You know, if there was like a USDA symbol for like music, I feel like I have to be able to give that like stamp of approval, you know. So
Man. And we just hope that nobody gets mad cow disease while listening because that would really not be good for our PR.
it's not good. Yeah, yeah,
No, it's
Yeah.
bad. That's
yeah.
really
New eggs on you, so you know who needs mad cow disease? That would be worse.
No, we don't need two mortal enemies in one episode of a podcast, man.
I-
I really came out swinging with the first
The
one.
title of the title of the interview is like how many people can Camino Kid get on the like the shit list.
Yeah. Who else?
It's our first podcast, and we're stop.
Yeah, just make it. Anyways, I just want to say Downy detergent. You guys don't know what you're doing. Okay, you don't know what you're doing. Tyson chicken. Well, actually, Tyson's a fucking company.
And don't get me started
what
on
I'm saying.
PepsiCo.
Oh, PepsiCo.
We're Team Coke here.
Nitro Pepsi?
Nitro Pepsi. Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
It would be great if like one of the companies is just like, I really don't like what you said in this video, you know.
I'd love to get an email from like
Yeah.
PepsiCo, like the nitro's actually pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
How dare you slander Pepsi Nitro, you know?
we were gonna send you the new Crystal Pepsi, but because of your attitude, we don't think we will anymore.
They're like, no, I can't believe this. Not Crystal Pepsi. All right, well, guys, you know, we missed out on a really big opportunity, you know, here. So I'm gonna really try to like hone you guys in, so you know we don't. You know, we don't mess with any other brands, you know, companies, stuff like that. You know, we're gonna run a
Stop
great
me.
PR campaign. You know, totally cutting this part out of the interview, so I'm giving them, you know, PR advice. I'm just like, guys,
100%.
you know, like in the my guys, you gotta stop. Like, just like get into the.
Not okay.
Barnes and Noble.
Do you want this Barnes and Noble sponsorship, guys? Come on, what's going on here? Yeah,
Oh man.
this cannot be any easier. I am giving you layup questions here, okay?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
We're about to get free in Barnes and Noble's Starbucks drinks for life.
And then I
Regular
just
Starbucks, you won't.
and then you like immediately open your mouth and you say something like completely unconventional, and then you just see me standing up here like I'm back in the back, and I'm just like, stop, man, guys, stop. Just like started hitting myself in the camera. And it was just like, and then, you know, we make a cut, and then I'm just like, hey guys, so we're back. We had a great conversation. And then it's just like you two, and just like you just are bagged up and you got like taken away. And then just like, yeah, so, you know, and then just replaced by two other different people that
Yeah.
like kind of look like you,
kind
but
of look like you,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Chase. Yep, that's me. Yep, and my name's Chase. Oh, Josh. Oh man, no.
And then he gets taken away, and then we cut again.
Hey guys, we're
And then,
back.
and then there's a guy that
Yeah,
looks a little bit less like the,
Yeah. And eventually it's just two cardboard cutouts and you're doing the voices for them. And you're like, so tell me,
I'm just
Josh.
like moving the mouths. I'm just like, hey, so what's the answer to this? We absolutely love Brandon so much in Audio Addiction. He's really helping us out tonight. Our PR campaign can't be any better. You know, like that's. I feel like that's what it would be. That'd be
I
great.
heard you guys majored in marketing. Tell me about that.
I am also a marketeer. This is great. Fellow marketers, we love it.
Oh my god.
That would be
shit.
that would be some like Stockholm syndrome shit, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
that would honestly be my cue to stop interviewing bands if I like had to like put out a hit piece for like artists.
You have to turn them into cardboard cutouts and mimic their voices. Yeah, that might be a bit of a canary.
It's
in the
just like
coal
a
mine,
green. I
guys.
just green screen. I just find your guys' like photos on like Facebook, and then I just like start like moving the mouth and post.
Yeah,
But then I
old
dub
school,
over
like,
your
YouTube,
voices. Yeah.
like lips there thing.
No, no,
where
no.
they
It's like
actually
the
lips.
PNG where I just cut
Oh,
like the
it's
lip
like-
out. And I
yeah.
just start moving it like that. Yeah. Oh my God, Brandon, you're so great. This is the best interview we've ever done.
Oh my god.
Our band is the next band, Camino. Oh wait, Kid, Camino, fuck. We said it wrong, and then just gets like I get yanked. Wow, this really got meta, guys. You know, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. So, you know,
Absolutely. I
couldn't
think
enjoy.
We're both proud of the fact that it's been roughly 42 minutes, and I think you've gotten through 2 questions.
Yes, we.
Yeah, that's how
This
you
is
know
gonna be the
interview's
longest
going
interview
well.
ever. Yeah, so
And
I'm
we're
waiting
having
for
a
it.
blast, if it's not clear. Like, we're having a
They're
real-
like, do
thank
they
you
make
again for having
music?
us.
Are we just shooting this shit tonight? You know, and
I
just like,
think
oh, I think they
Goofs and
make.
gaffs?
They
Goofs
make
and
music.
gaffs?
Goofs
They
and
make
gaffs.
they make music. Okay, I guess we'll figure it out. Which you know, again, we should highlight that you guys are in a band. You know, Camino Kid.
That's us.
Which
Yep.
you know, in terms of the influences, guys, who kind of got you started out on your perspective instruments? Like, who really was like the first person that you were like, man, I really like playing bass, or man, I really like playing guitar, and was like kind of like the catalyst for you to get into music, and then who influences your style more currently now?
Well, if I had to say anyone, it'd be Dan Hassel.
Dan
No, I'm
Hassel,
kidding.
yeah. And, probably Newegg.
Hey,
Anyone?
That's a great question, actually. I was a big fan of the Beatles growing up. I started playing guitar when I was probably like 11,
Ooh, okay.
something like that. Yeah. And yeah, I really liked the Beatles at that period of time. And I wasn't like the most social kid, so when I got my first guitar, I just kind of like stayed inside and like played guitar all the time.
I feel that.
And,
Yeah.
It was definitely like one of those things where like as I was learning these songs and like understanding them and like learning how to like really play them and like feel them and everything, I was just like, damn, like this is absolutely what I want to do. What about you, Josh?
Yeah,
What
Josh.
about me?
Yeah, what about you, Josh?
Oh man, you got it. Thank you so much. I just want to shout out Newegg real quick. Yeah, my dad was and still is a local Detroit musician.
Oh,
Shout out,
very sick.
Shout out
Hey.
Delta Twins. Shout out Delta Twins. That's his blues band, Bob Young.
Salutes.
He's been doing it since way before I was around. And I grew up being a roadie with dreams of being a drummer.
What?
I would
That's
just
sick.
Follow him around, just loading stuff, and be like, he'd let me like be on the mixing board after they'd mixed everything. So I just had to like maybe move a fader, but it felt so like useful. and
You're
part
like,
of the
my
team.
God, my mixing skills are so good. And then the guy,
Oh, man, I nailed it.
the guy that's actually mixing is like, you're doing a great job. Just move the
I'll be
fader.
like, I'm a young Zaytoven.
Yeah,
man."
yeah.
I'm
And then,
8 years
and the
old.
guy,
I
and
know
the
what
guy's
I'm
like,
doing.
move the fader down. I know you want to max it out, but you need to turn it down.
Literally. And so I remember being forced to do piano lessons for 3 years before I could play the drums.
Oh.
So that was a horrible idea by my parents. I love my parents; they're great, but like I just hated piano for 3 years, and now I'm like, and I
Respect.
forgot all of it because I hated it, and now I wish I knew piano. Like that was so backwards. God bless him. But and then turns out I was horrible at the drums, so I just stopped playing the drums. And I got a guitar. I got like the Maestro Les Paul.
Hey,
Yeah. Oh man.
I know.
Um,
I used
which
to have one of
started-
those.
Oh, you
My
did? Oh,
dad had one.
hell yeah!
I used to have one of
the-
those, like, you're talking about, like, the box guitars where you get that, like, really shitty, like, small baby amp.
Yup.
Yeah, I think I got, like, a Les Paul Jr., so big salute,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That also started the like curse that I have of guitars that have action that's like an inch off of the neck. By the way.
Respect,
That-
yeah.
All of my guitars are like that.
I feel like it's everybody.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
everybody, yeah. Unless
Truly,
you,
truly.
unless you're a guitar tech and you're like, and then you're like measuring it, you're like, oh, this is perfect. No, shout outs to all the guitar techs. You know, I don't want to be hating because they've
Oh,
listen.
shouts out,
They
man.
they,
We'll
they
be
keep they keep
One
it.
thing is cool.
Any guitar techs out there, hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say, all guitar techs, fuck you, man. I know. I'm like, you're beautiful. I love you, guitar techs. I appreciate you.
Now, now everybody's just like. Josh is gonna hand his
say
guitar in.
anyway.
Josh is gonna hand his guitar in, and they're like, "So we saw this one interview you did, and
man.
listen, we're gonna fuck your action up now."
They
no more
raise
strings.
it like a millimeter.
They're gonna. It's just like this.
ruin
The
it.
guitar strings are like this far off the ground. They're like, have
I
fun
heard he
playing
was
a
talking
cello,
shit.
asshole.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And then I sucked at guitar too. That was the next step. I was just really bad at it, and I like just kind of gave up. And then I was raised a church kid. No
Yeah.
longer really a part of my life, but
I feel
was
that.
raised heavily with that. Yeah, and I wanted to. They like kind of had like not auditions, but they mentioned something about how they needed a bassist in the band. And I was like, I'm a musician. I can play bass. No problem. I never played bass before. I was right. I could just play bass in like a church band. Because it's like CCM, dude. It's like, it's so, yeah. I just have to like, it's just a chord sheet. And it's like, okay, every 30
You could
seconds,
honestly be playing the wrong notes, and they'd be like, "Wow, that's great. I love it."
It would, yeah. And I was just so excited to be up there. I was just dancing around. And so the worship leader, I remember saying, like, yeah, I always schedule you because you're like excited to be up there. And in my head, I'm like, I was still devout, but at the time I was like, it's so boring to sit through worship music that I want something to do. So I can be on stage and I can be playing bass.
Honestly, I was just hoping you do like, you know, like a crowd kill. You come out into the crowd in the like the middle of the service. You're just like, all right, get the fuck out. Just like fucking like
Split that bit!
When I say Jesus, you say
Christ! Jesus!
And just like, and then just like the wall of death, but except for it's just like, all right, I want you to hug your fellow Christian at the end of this, you know, you know.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
go
just
down and go, you see this? This is a boss metal zone. This is what Jesus was all about. This is what Jesus is all about. Let's go.
It's like Jesus would crowd kill people.
what would Jesus do?
Everybody's like this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus rocks, yeah, like that.
So I didn't know you started on piano. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, I guess so. That was technically my first instrument.
Yeah, for
That's
me,
awesome.
It was flute in school, and then
Flute?
I continued playing flute all throughout into high school. I still have one, but then it was guitar, and I'm pretty much self-taught on like everything besides.
Oh,
flute. But I can kind of play piano. I can kind of play drums. I have
You can
bass
definitely play
guitars.
piano. I've
Yeah.
seen him. Yeah, he's.
I also own a sitar, but I just don't know how to
does.
play that, and it's a bitch to tune, so I haven't
oh,
really
I'm sure.
touched it. Yeah.
I've seen one and they've gone out of tune, so you know.
Dude, you don't even have to touch one, and it'll just be like,
It'll be like, "Ding dong."
yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, that was an impulse buy for sure. And then, like, when I first got it, I like sat down. I'm like, all right, let's restring this.
You're
thing,
like-
let's tune it. And then
Look
like
out.
3 hours.
They're like,
later, I was like,
Mashuvin, you know, you're just trying to think of like, what can I throw this into? And then you're like, fuck, I don't have anything.
oh yeah.
Now
yeah.
I have a
was just like,
sitar.
yeah. I'm gonna just like write music and I'll throw it in there somehow. I'll make some like sick trap beats or something. And so I spend 3 hours right when I get it restringing it and tuning it. And then it's immediately out of tune. I break like 3 strings, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it.
I'm picturing an alternate history where like he was really excited. It was like glowing at the Guitar Center, the sitar. He finally got it. Went home, realized it doesn't work, and then like depressingly looks out the window across the street, looks the window in from the house across the street, and it's like 2004. It's just a ska band, and he just realizes that he should have picked a trombone, and he's like, "No! Oh,
Why?
why did I listen to all that late era Beatles? I was a fool."
It's all
Oh.
about ska.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm not the biggest ska fan, but
Shout out ska. That's the one
Shout
thing
out
I love.
ska.
I hate everything else like Newegg. And
Yeah, if there's any
Ska's
influence on
my
Camino
only
Kid's song, it's ska. Strictly
Okay.
ska.
Yeah.
okay. Send it
Never
over.
heard anything? Yeah.
You've never listened to us. We're a ska band.
No, but
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Like the
No way we're
epitome,
not a ska
the
band.
definition of ska.
Prove us wrong. Prove that we're not a ska band. Listen to our music. I dare you.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise,
Tell me.
tell everybody that we're a ska band.
I'll
That's
just
what I wanna hear.
listen, guys. I'll let you know. I'll get you the 401 on the track. So when I listen to So Far, there's this really sick bass drop that comes in right after like the sitar break. That was really neat.
Yeah. that was
And
sick.
then it gets into some
Thank
like weird like jazz trio kind of band, and then it goes into polka music.
Dude,
Really surprised at that transition from like jazz to polka. That was really cool. And then it goes to gent. I don't know how you guys got into like bringing H strings, but I really think it works with like the organs you got going on here. Almost has like this symphonic metal sort of thing. And then you end it off with like an Ariana Grande feature at the end. And I really appreciate the vibes of the track. And I think that
Thank you.
very
Yeah.
with My Luck, I was a little concerned because I was just like, they're really into like trap beats and rap. So I didn't know how you guys got to that next phase, but the transition, chef's kiss. It was
Yeah.
it was
It
fantastic.
was just one of those things to where like when I look at those two songs, one genre, one like phrase stands out to me, and I'm proud to be the first post polka gentcore band in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
ska is where my heart truly lies.
Yeah.
And post gent polka core can only get me so far.
Yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
with just my luck, I can make it happen.
Oh, this guy with the names of the songs into the sentences that he's saying. Yeah, and to piggyback off that, the jazz to polka segue that you mentioned, that was inspired by we were actually at a Sitco nearby, and we ran into John Coltrane and Willie.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They were they were just smoking
Shouts
a
out
great
Weird.
Swisher Sweet in their Toyota Camry.
Okay. I thought it was a Prius, maybe.
No. Well,
Okay.
Weird Al has the Prius, but they got into Coltrane's Camry. They were next door to each
Okay,
other. Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha, okay.
And not a blunt, by the way, like a grape Swisher Sweet. Like,
Oh,
with the
oh,
tobacco in it.
okay.
To clarify.
Cool.
And
Cool.
inhaling too, which I thought was a weird choice.
Like
but
that's gangster as shit.
yeah, that's
I appreciate
Shouts
the
out Weird Al.
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Listen,
Shout out Weird Al.
yeah, that you gotta appreciate that for what it is. I wasn't
Yeah,
there,
and
so
No, absolutely. But you
Neither
can
was
picture
I.
it. And that was the one where everything clicked for us. I'd say, yeah.
I hope someone takes this. I hope someone takes this seriously and then goes to comment on the song and they're like, "Wait, this was not what I was expecting."
Wait a second.
Did I just? And then
Where's the sitar?
instead of the song playing, it's just the Rick roll. Like he's like.
We're no strangers to love.
All right.
You know the rules.
I was just waiting for like YouTube to be like demonetized, but we definitely demonetized you before that point because curse words. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
true. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, big salutes.
You have my permission to bleep anything out
man.
that you need.
Oh,
to.
then
It does not give
Get
us
that
permission
bag,
to lie.
baby.
I'm pretty
I
sure
haven't-
that post Brandon, who does all of the the editing on this,
Yeah.
he would just be seasoned out here on the bed. So if I had to
Well,
edit all those out, so YouTube, you can have your 2 cents literally because that's how much you pay me to make these videos. So
Tell
big
him.
salutes,
Wow.
big salutes.
Going after
So.
YouTube. Man, respect.
I do that all the time. Everybody's like, I'm not even joking. People will be like, can I curse on this podcast after they've said like fuck like a couple different times, and you're just like, yeah, that's fine. And then then just give them a serious face, and they're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to curse. And I said, nah, you're cool. It's good.
Well, fuck.
That's fine. Yeah. The fuck you.
They just like, fuck you, man. You know, that's what happened. So, no, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I think it's great. I don't really care. I just do this because I love doing it. And, you know, who doesn't love a goof and a gaff, you know? So, we are on question 3, guys. I just want to let you know. Question 3 to the audience. 3.
RIP.
It's
Let's
great.
go.
I love
Yeah,
it.
locked in.
Um, well, the next question I have for you guys is a perfectly fitting question. In terms of people who maybe aren't familiar with Camino Kid and are just like, man, these guys are just a hoot and a half. What song would you recommend to a new listener to check out first?
I think this is pretty unanimous between us, actually. I think
Ooh,
so.
ooh.
Yeah,
3,
absolutely.
2, 1.
One.
My
My
luck.
luck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How
We
about
said
that?
this. I was trying to think. Of
It
what
would have
the
been
fake
great
name
if someone
is.
said so far and the other one said my
So-
luck, and then I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
was
I guess I gotta leave
debating.
both in the description.
1, 2,
Pull
3.
my-
I am the
Pull my
walrus.
finger,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, pull my-
No, I feel like My Luck would be a great one because while So Far is I love that song and it's still quite a bop. I think our sound the more time goes on is closer to My Luck than anything.
Ooh,
I'd say if
okay.
anything these next batch of songs that we have coming out hopefully soon.
Which are coming soon. Yes.
Yeah.
We got a couple more singles in the can.
They're a lot they're kind of sad, you know?
Ooh, we love a
They're
good
a
emo
little
bop.
more into that range of My Luck, kind of like post rock indie vibes, which I'm with.
Yeah, and I mean, to add to that, like, I've never considered myself a incredibly technical musician, which is why it's such a dream and a half to work with a savant right here. Like this guy is insane. Like he really can just pick up an instrument and speak through it, which is a gift and a talent that
Actually, speak through it. He like grabs the
yeah,
instrument
yeah,
and he's
he
like, ah.
I think we should write a song now.
And then and then the guitar just knows where to play the notes at, just like
Yeah.
Core.
like that.
It's
And then
incredible work.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I try to. I've always been like, songwriting has always been a really big way for me to journal my feelings and
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
catharsis for me. It's been a very cathartic process, and so I find that a lot of our songs end up being written about cycles and sadness, kind of within that. I think that's like because you're getting the demons out. Like that's your catharsis. You're not like, man, I'm really happy today. Really need to get this out somehow. Like, no, it's where all my stress goes and all the pain and the shit goes into our songs like that. And I think that My Luck, I mean, both the songs to a degree, but My Luck especially, I hope really leaves a listener with that feeling of as the kind of refrain goes, like with my luck will do it all again. That idea of I keep getting stuck in these cycles and I feel like I'm never changing, never growing and all this stuff. And with just my luck, yeah, it's just going to keep happening. I'd like to think as well that our songs are written with a kind of tongue-in-cheekedness to
Sure, yeah,
the
I would agree.
futility of them, because I think that the voice of the band is talking about how this is pointless or I feel terrible, but there's a knowing nod to this isn't the case, but this is how I feel and it's okay to feel that way. And yeah, I think My Luck it captures that hopefully well.
Absolutely, and definitely this like feeling of this underlying theme of like, yeah, it's not going to. Life is a cycle, and it's
Yeah.
easy to get trapped. But there's this underlying theme of like hope, that like
Yeah.
you can get out of that, and stuff like that.
And I feel like for me it translated very well because I listened to So Far first and then went to My Luck after that just because that's what YouTube was recommending me. But I was really kind of listening to it because I was like getting set up and listening to. I always try to make sure whenever I have people on that I listen to their band. I feel like it gives me a better idea of what you guys write, certainly, as well as that. I think it gives me an opportunity to talk about like some of the songs that are out now, and since you have 2 out, is great. Obviously, the thirst is never quenched. Another song would be fantastic, of course, as always. But I'm not gonna be waggling my hand and be like, Camino Kid, you need to release another song, tomorrow. But I do feel release it, I swear.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, the mix and mastering process is taking so long. No, I genuinely liked the honesty behind it. I think that was probably the thing that was very poignant to me out the gate, was that I feel like I could resonate a lot with the music and just the way, especially My Luck, and I'm glad that you guys pointed that out in the sort of lyricism, that you guys took more of an honest approach to it. It's just like, okay, yeah, like life can suck, certainly, but it just kind of maybe, a perspective change, or like how you kind of view things that may get you out of that position. And I feel like it's a lot of the times when people are just like, don't you get like burnt out doing this or like whatever? And I was like, sometimes, but I also kind of put it in perspective that like I'm hoping I'm making a difference in the alternative scene, and that I'm making a difference in people's lives. So like people who maybe are like, oh, well, I love music, but I don't know how to like get into the scene or what to do or whatever. And it's just like, I'm just a normal dude that just says what he wants, and it happens to have like a show where we talk about music and just everything, and I think that for what you guys do, I love the approach that you guys write from just this very like honest perspective. Like I think there's something about it that is genuine, as much as we have had the goofs and the gaffs for like the past hour of recording. I think for me it's like, I know that that's the most honest way. I feel like if I had met you guys in person, like if I had gone to, a show out in the Detroit area, I feel like if I came up to you guys after a show, that same sort of like genuine like camaraderie would be, seen at a show. And I think that that's really cool, and I think that it's awesome that it reflects well within your music. So I gotta give kudos to both songs. I think out of the two, I don't know. I think I liked So Far a little bit more, but My Luck was also like, I feel like they're like neck and neck, like they're just
Yeah.
doing their
Well,
things.
thank you, man. Thank
So
you.
I
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
you guys really absolutely killed it. I'm gonna have to again keep my eyes peeled for new stuff from Camino Kid, of course. And then you guys will have to come back on again, and then we can do like a 5 hour long podcast live,
I'd be honored.
subathon. Uh,
Yeah.
Jeez, don't make me do that. I don't.
Subathon. Oh, no, we're
I've
about to
seen
make you do
Ludwig,
that.
man. All right, I don't need to. I don't.
You have no idea how many star wipes you can put into an episode.
Okay,
Yeah, bro,
great.
you
You're
don't
right.
even know. Yeah.
Guys, the
No,
star
that's
wipe
really
counter is
nice.
starting now. No. Like I said, I feel like you guys write from this really cool perspective, and for me, like as you guys mentioned, coming from, I know Chase mentioned coming from like more of the, or was it, no, it was Josh. Sorry, Josh said that he came from like the church originally, and I felt like a lot of camaraderie with that, because I also was, grew up pretty religious and then kind of fell out of it as well. And so I feel like, I don't know if this intentionally speaks within sort of the writing of what you guys do, but I'd be curious to see if that's, makes its way into some songs down the line, or whatever. But I know like, I think it's kind of a mixed bag when I talk to some people about it, because like there's some people that are like really invested into religion, and that's great, but I also feel like some people have gotten the shit end of the stick, and ultimately it has like soured them in some way. So I think that
Yep.
I think that it's kind of, I think it's an interesting crossroad, because I think sometimes like, you know when I say that to people, like they're like, "Oh, really? Wow, I wouldn't have never expected that." And I was like, "Yeah, I think it's like, I think music simultaneously, like, I know how you brought up like playing in the like church band and stuff like that. I kind of feel a lot of that too, because I also did a lot of the same stuff like that too. So I do feel a lot of like camaraderie with your guys' story in that aspect, because I feel like very similarly, I got pushed out of doing it, but honestly, if I hadn't got pushed out, then I probably wouldn't be doing something like this, where, music would be a larger part of my life. Um, literally to the effect that I'm interviewing other bands, and other artists, and doing this sort of thing. So, I think you know, very similarly to your music, I think it's all about perspective. Like, I could really be in that product of being like, this sucks, I hate this, you know, this has made my life infinitely worse. But I also think, like, very much a perspective person, um, that if I didn't have to go through some of that shit, then I probably wouldn't be doing this. And I think that this has been a far better, like, influence on my life as a whole than that. And then, you know, we wouldn't be talking about like some of the dumbest shit we've talked about here on this interview. So then, you know, that's, I think it's a full circle moment right now, you know.
Bless you.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everything leads to something like that. Absolutely. And and to your point and like half question as far as the religious aspect coming into our music,
Hmm.
it for some reason it made me think of this quote from if you grew up in the church at all, then I presume you know Switchfoot.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Shout out! I was a
Hey,
huge Switchfoot fan, and
they
I was
still
still
good. They still good.
they, they still got something.
They
Like they
still got
still
the
yeah.
sauce. Yeah.
John Foreman is a really talented songwriter, and he was absolutely like a huge early influence for me. And he said something one time that I want to like co-opt a little bit
Sure,
because
sure.
somebody was talking about like, oh, you're a Christian band, but you guys aren't like singing about Jesus. And he said, I'm a Christian by faith, not by genre. And I really like the message of that, and I feel like it's almost like they're like I'm not a doubter of Christianity by genre.
Sure, yeah.
I am by like faith, and I think that like I excuse me. I like
It's
the
okay.
idea of our songs being able to be translated in as many ways as possible.
Sure, yeah.
And so it can absolutely perfectly kind of fit that idea, but could also be talking about like a relationship,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
romantic or otherwise, and all that kind of jazz. And
Absolutely.
I think that that's one way that we were influenced, or at least I was influenced early on with like how we go about creating. Yeah.
It's multifaceted, you know. I feel like a lot of the times, like, you know, people find that out and it's kind of like, oh, okay, like I think they, and I would also like to just say, like, I'm not a hater of religion at all. Like, if that's what you like and that's what brings you peace and all that sort of stuff, then that's kudos to you, you know.
Right.
And you know, I have nothing against people who do that. You know, that's great. But I will say, like, you know, from a personal perspective, like, that's, you know, that I think, you know, a lot of, especially people that have been a part of that and kind of have been through the ropes, like, you can tell, like, you already, I kind of had that sense just based off of, like, you know, I feel like you have that like that sense of like other people that go through that sort of stuff, because I feel like it's very tailored to, like, if you know, kind of a thing. Um,
Mm.
so you know, I do appreciate you guys, like, you know, speaking about it more in a candid sense. Obviously, we're not gonna go like hella deep into it, but like, I do feel like it's an important aspect to point out, because I do, like, a lot of times people are like, oh well, yeah, like, you know, like what Switchfoot's about, like, where they're just like, this is, you know, basically my religion doesn't define what I write about, right? And I think that that's really cool. And, you know, again, if you are religious and you write more in that sort of aspect of like what Switchfoot's doing, great. Or if you know, take influence from that, you know, that has affected you, and you write about it in that sort of sense, then that's also fine too. I think it's just like,
Sure.
you can't just have one way or the other. I think it's, you know, I think there's definitely lanes for everybody to kind of say their piece. Um, yeah, I think I appreciate you guys talking about it for just a smidge, because I felt like for myself, like, I wanted to kind of point it out a little bit, because I don't think a lot of people knew that about me, or maybe, you know, it was kind of like, oh, he talked about it for like a brief moment and didn't really kind of delve into it too much. But I don't want people to be like, oh, yeah, well, you're not Christian anymore, so we can't listen to you. I'm just like, well, then you probably can't listen to like half the
That's your
stuff
loss.
that's on the radio now, because they
Also
all
true.
curse and say horrible shit. So I mean, you know, not all of them, but just like, you know, I think it's just like,
Right.
it's, people say whatever they want to say, and I think that's what it is. And I'm glad you guys are, you know, open and cool talking about it. Obviously, I know Dan's like in the same camp, I think, so, or somewhat. But it's cool. I love Dan. Big shouts to
Love
Dan.
Dan.
Big shout out.
No, and I just wanted
Another
to
salute to Dan. I'm
another
sorry, I don't
salute
mean
to
to cut
Dan.
you off.
You're good. And I just wanted to comment on it's very multifaceted. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
'Cause I can appreciate the difference Josh and I have, where he grew up in the church, and I definitely did not. I had a
sure,
very,
sure,
like, I had Christian side and Jewish side, and religion was. I have a weird relationship with religion,
sure. Yeah, yeah,
but and I'm definitely not a hater by any means. But I think ultimately that I don't know. I appreciate that relationship we have, where we have a different background in that, but I think we both have this understanding, and I can absolutely agree with that whole switchfoot thing. Like, we have our own personal beliefs and everything, and they may not be the same, but um, yeah, yeah, our backgrounds with that doesn't define what we
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
and what we do now.
Our hatred of Newegg defines us more than anything else. So
Yeah,
I think
The
beyond anything else,
the
for sure,
co-optive
yeah.
nature of just being like Newegg, you suck,
yeah,
but like
yeah. We're haters. Then.
we're
Yeah, yeah. You
we're
suck,
only
honestly,
Newegg
but
haters. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, this is an elaborate form of self-defense against Newegg. That's
I'm
all
gonna
this has
use
ever
this
been.
video in my trial video when Newegg sues me.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like okay guys, let's go to section 58 minutes 32 seconds where Josh says this, and it's just like fuck Newegg. It's like okay.
While that was an excellent use of the star wipe, I don't see how this information would work.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, again, love the candidness of that. Obviously, to very quickly turn that into a joke, and love that as well. But yeah, I do appreciate your comments on it, because I every time I find that I have like artists that are on like that kind of like, I don't want to say fence at all, because I feel like you guys are very much in that not religious camp, but
Yeah.
but I feel like it's, when you had mentioned it, I was like, you know what, I've
Did a little
definitely
bit.
experienced myself, so I feel like it's always an important thing to talk about. And I think it's like a cool thing too as well, like if you feel like you have been in that position before, and like you want to talk to someone, feel free to DM me. I'm sure Camino Kid as well. DM them
Same.
too.
Always.
Like, I feel like
Right.
that's an important thing that I always like to point out is, if if you have experienced it, or if you're experiencing it now, like, feel free to message us, talk about it. Like, I'm not going to be like, fuck religion, you shouldn't be in a religious thing. But, like, I also feel like you should know your values and, like, what you want and what you stand for and stuff. So,
Yeah.
DM us. Be cool.
Do
Well,
it.
About
We wanna
anything,
talk to
really.
you.
about
Hello.
anything.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
listener.
Hi. Hi,
If you're
everyone.
still here, we at least agree about our opinions on Newegg. And I think we can really get along. If you have questions, we can absolutely have a good conversation about things.
Half this interview is just hating Newegg. I just want to let you guys know.
Good percentage, yeah.
You guys wanna join my,
Really been riding
It's gonna be
Newegg
hate. It's gonna be
subreddit?
blocked as
That
hate
was the
speech,
name.
and they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"For what reason?" And it's just like Newegg.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's great. I love it. The next question I have for you guys, keeping it more current, what are you guys jamming recently? What's on the Spotify? What have you guys been
Ooh.
listening to lately?
Great question.
Oh,
Great
thank you.
question.
Thank you.
I will say this this EP by this group Tokyo Tea Room, I believe is the name. It's like this 4-track EP. It's this incredible like dream pop record. It's just 4
Ooh,
tracks that are
okay.
so smooth and funky.
Love that.
I've been
I'm
listening
about
to a lot of Sade. Sade is like my number one.
Sade.
Hey, Sade,
Promise.
baby.
We
Shout
love
out
Sade
Sade.
here.
Hey,
Oh
let's
my
go.
goodness, Sade. Sade, you are the opposite of Newegg. You are everything I've
I
ever
love you,
wanted. I'm so
Sade.
sorry to keep riding this bit, but yeah, she is like I was listening to Promise this morning on my way to work,
Ooh.
and a little bit of jazz. Like I was listening to some Chet Baker last night.
Okay,
He's
Chet.
fantastic. Yeah, get some smooth sounds.
Hey.
You know?
What do you? Ooh, a little Brewback.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Brewback, you know?
a little the
Yeah.
Brewbster. if
Oh.
you will.
Ooh.
You talking-
That's what his big fans call
Yeah,
him.
we're Brewbsters.
Yeah, we're Brewsters.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. What about you, Chase? What are you spending?
Oh, that's a great question. It's been very everywhere.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I've been listening to a lot of Houston-based rap. So like Big
Ooh.
X, what's his name? So like Peso, Rich Greedy, Big X the Plug, I think is his name. But then I've also been listening to a lot of Abandoned Pools. Their EP or album, Humanistic, it's incredible. It's very like definitely like early 2000s alt rock.
Ooh, all right, all right, all right.
Just it's a vibe. It's a
Okay.
vibe. You know.
I
feel
love
like
it.
Abandoned Pools, and especially that specific album, is very just unique sound wise. And I just found out recently it's just like it's this guy's solo project, and he does it all, and it's very
What?
good.
That's sick.
But yeah, it's a weird mix between like southern rap, sad early 2000s alt rock, and then like a lot of like also like early 2000s metalcore. Big August Burns Red kind of guy, you know.
Wow, what a combo.
Yeah.
That is. I would have never put those three
Constantly
types of.
spinning like just the most random genres.
I
and,
love
you
it.
know, it can be a vibe.
I love it. You know, I think it keeps it interesting. So I'll definitely have to check that out.
Also,
What else?
Rosemont.
Ooh,
I've been listening to a lot of Rosemont. Dan, I love you.
Man, yeah, a couple of this would be a great time to just mention a few of the local bands we've become friends with that we love.
Ooh,
Shout out
shoot.
Clipboards. If you don't know Clipboards, they put out their EP a few months ago. It's fantastic. Draymond
Love
Green
it.
is probably my favorite track off that. Let's go One Exit Down.
What is it down?
Yeah, our buddy Jacob Assel, who's about to move to Chicago and is currently breaking my heart in that move. They put out Luna, I believe is the name of their record. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. But that's a great record.
Our boys at Ambrosia Blue.
Ambrosia Blue, yes. Ambrosia Blue, a local Detroit band who we are actually in the process of recording their first two singles. We do our own production as well. We're really excited to get that out there. That should hopefully be coming up by like middle February, we're thinking.
Yeah.
Just to name a few of many great bands. Tube, T-O-O-B,
Tube
incredible
from
funk
Ohio,
band out of
bro.
Bowling Green. Yeah, oh man. But the list goes on. We couldn't possibly name everybody, but there's a few local bands that you should absolutely check out right there that are all incredible musicians
And even better people.
Absolutely. I was going to say even worse people, but I think that actually works better. No, they're really great people. Like shout out all those guys. Shout out Donnie Penner. Shout out
the dichotomy of man. You're just like, yeah, they're great. No, they
us.
suck.
That's Camino Kid.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. They're the worst. I
They're
can't
the
stand
worst.
them.
I hate them.
Yeah, when I listen to them every day, I just hate them.
I just hate listening to them. You know, I put them on and I just cross
hate
my
music.
arms and I just like, I don't even know why I make it. Yeah. I love
I'm an
it.
engineer, dude. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Music, right? I don't even know why I'm on this podcast, honestly.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Where am I?
He just gets up and starts walking. Chase just
isn't
gets up and
Ohio.
walks away. He just.
My
It's like-
Fruity Loops.
What type of drugs am I on today?
This is an Ableton household, by the way. Let's just say we are Ableton elitists. Both, yeah. Let's go. Ableton.
I am not an Ableton elitist. I just thought I'd make
we
face.
appreciate your support
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah. I'm Reaper gang, but you know. It is what it is.
Yeah, Reaper, dude, Reaper.
Yeah.
Reaper peeps are all respected in my book. They're like,
Okay, cool, good. I'm glad
you're
we're
out
on the
there,
same
you're like-
tribes. You know,
Yeah.
our tribes don't
100%.
clash. You know.
No.
That's good,
If you
that's
said
good.
Logic, we might have problems.
Yeah.
I
No,
do.
there are bigger conflicts between.
There's
our
a bigger
tribe
fish to
and
fry. You know. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Our drummer records in Logic for all of his stuff, and so it's actually been a running bit that we've been making fun of him like we're some elitists for using.
You might as well call him out now. You know, just to get the beef out
Shout
there.
out Draven Whitaker, who's also
He's a little drummer boy.
Drive to Arcadia, excuse me.
Oh yeah, Drive to Arcadia.
And Seeking Fiction. Those are
Yep.
two bands that he's in that are all both fantastic.
That's what drummers do. They're a part of like 20 bands. You know, so
Yep,
big salutes
they
to
are the
drummers.
local scene, yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, while we're mentioning him, our intrepid bassist and dear friend, the ultimate boy, James Popick. James Popick, DDS. That's right, gang. We have a literal working dentist in our band. If you weren't intrigued enough into the sound of Camino Kid, from sitars to polka to
dentistry.
Jesus, to dentistry.
Yeah, he's gonna do a live dentist. He's gonna pull your teeth out in the middle of their set.
He might.
You know, we've been
might.
trying to go more theatrical route.
Okay,
and,
cool.
That was really kind of like that.
It's on the table.
That's on the table.
Yeah, 100%.
You know.
They're like, we're gonna have to
Can't
put him
rule it
under to take his teeth out.
Yeah.
They're like, where's the He's like, where's the anesthesiologist here? And there's no
Yeah, once we
anesthesiologist.
find-
There's no anesthesia. Yeah. Anyone a doctor? Oh wait, I am. And then he rips the tooth out. Ah!
Pair of pliers.
And then you're like, this song is called Newegg, and how much I fucking hated it.
Yes! Yes! Brought it back full circles.
Full
man. You were
pit,
a
yeah.
big
Full.
fan of 'em,
I listen. You know, some say some say I am a comedian. You know, so
Oh,
some say I don't know who.
That was funny.
I don't know who said that. Somebody said it.
Us.
Somebody
This
on
guy
the
over
internet.
here, Chase. Hey, this guy over here.
No way.
Yeah. It's
I
saying the
hit you.
same
I
thing
hit
to
you
me
with
back,
the.
so
I hit you with the like
Shot.
reaction face, like the.
Did you know this guy's a comedian?
I did not, but it doesn't
Oh,
surprise me.
there we
Very
go.
funny.
Thank
at
you.
this.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's
Thank
full
you.
of
Yeah.
goofs.
I am
and
full.
something else. Goofs and something. What
It
is
was the gaffs, baby.
Mm,
The gaffs.
Gabs.
Oh, I think
Gaffs.
that's
You
right. I
gaffs.
think
Gaffs. Yeah, it's gaffs.
Good
Yeah.
point. Excellent.
That's
Gotta be
goofy and
gaffs.
gaffy.
Gotta be gaffs.
Love it, guys. I'm gonna have to check out all of them. I love that you guys are so diverse in your musical taste. You know, I love asking this question because I always find that music is very hard to kind of siphon through. So might as well just come straight from the horse's mouth. You know, sometimes you gotta you gotta do it. So I love when Chase did the. I'm gonna have to find a zoom in point to do that. I'm gonna post Brandon's on it already. The next question I have for you guys is if you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Camino Kid has a one of the things I appreciate most about this band is that the covers we do are very, very good.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
We hope we'd like to think so at least.
That's some high marks. That's some high marks. You know?
We did just talk a lot of shit right there.
You did talk a lot of shit. Yeah. So now you gotta live up to that hype. You know.
Yeah.
As far as the
Well,
covers
like truthfully, we do a lot of we only have 2 covers really at the moment. Well, 3 technically, but they're songs that you wouldn't expect a band like us to play.
Okay.
We do Every Time We Touch by Cascada.
Yeah.
Cascade?
Oh man, that I've been trying to get Cascada. Yeah, I've been
Cascada.
trying to get a band to cover the song for years, and
Respect.
these are the boys. And I get this feeling, and every time I sing like that in the record too. And every time we touch. No, I don't. But yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we are giving everybody the most mixed messages we possibly can about your band. I took it on a complete right hand turn, and I said, yeah. So this gent polka, like crowd killing band,
Every Time We Touch.
who covers every time I touch, in a
And we
grindcore
only speak in
setting.
Portuguese.
Yeah, of course.
true.
Yeah,
All the lyrics are in
respect.
Portuguese.
Yeah, you got to.
But no,
Diversity.
But yeah, Every Time We Touch, Pony by Genuine. That's another one we just introduced recently.
I like that.
And they're great. We have a lot of fun playing these songs.
All right.
If there's like one song we had to pick.
I have mine.
Pick it.
Yeah. I already mentioned her name, but Sade, Is It a Crime? Is It a Crime is just one of my all-time favorite
I'd
songs.
love to do
and
that.
It's one of those, like, I know that performing it would be self-serving. It's not immediately melodically like, oh, they gotta hear this one. But it'd be one of those like, hey, listen, thanks for being here. You're gonna spend the next 5 minutes fulfilling my dreams. And my dreams alone. I don't care if you enjoy it. I don't care if you're here or if you walk away. I just need to do
I don't
this
care if you hate it. I'm
That's-
doing it.
100%. Yeah. I would
What a
love to do
typical band thing to do. I don't care if you hear it and you paid for this shit. You're gonna sit here and like
You're
it.
gonna sit here and
This is
listen.
about to happen.
Here's a Sade song.
This has got to happen right now.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
great
sorry,
point.
but I'm not. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want filler time? Are you thinking?
Oh man, I don't know, cause like low key, I was also thinking a Sade song.
You were not.
I was.
Which
I
one?
was. Sweetest Taboo.
Ooh.
I love that song.
That song
Love
comes up
that
right
song.
after Is It a Crime? I'm from.
Oh my
Too.
god, you're right.
There's a quiet storm. Never felt
You
like
could just
this
double up.
before.
You guys could just do the songs back to back.
Yeah,
We
just
gotta
the
do a
album.
cover,
Just the album.
a
Cover the whole album.
Yeah, cover
Yeah.
album. Yep.
I'd be down.
Sade or I'm a big 1975 fan. I've always wanted to do a 1975 cover. I just don't know exactly. They're a lot. Don't you start.
I do not like the 1975.
That's 'cause
This
you're
is
a
known. He
poser.
knows this.
It's because you're anyway.
Yeah.
Just got your.
And I would do it, right?
Just-
Like, it's a big part of this band is like we want everybody to enjoy what we're doing. And if you want to do a 1975, I will absolutely do a 1975 cover, sincerely, and then look to you after the song plays and go,
Let's go.
and you're like, Josh, and I'm like, what's wrong? Yeah, man.
Josh.
Don't talk to me. It's like a sitcom. It's like we start playing like the sad like piano music, and then it's just like I come up out of nowhere. I'm not even remotely close to the show at all. You just Chase takes his phone and he just picks up Messenger and calls me, and then he's just like, "Look, Brandon's here. He's here to talk to you." And then it's just like, "Hey, what's going on, Josh? What's going on, buddy? Tell me what's going on. What's the matter?"
We just did a song. I don't band like I don't.
You
like.
don't like the band? Which band is it?
It's the 197.
The 1975?
Yeah, that one.
Oh no, they're a fantastic band. You should like them.
No, not.
No, why not?
No, band not.
Band
Music
not
good.
music
Band
is
not
not
music
good. I think you're starting to mess
good,
your
band
sentence.
not music good.
Oh, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Oh, just like
Listen, I'm sorry, but like they named the song "Sex."
Yeah.
Is there no room for subtlety in 2023? I'm not saying like
That song actually came out in 2014.
and you just happen to be listening to it in 2023.
Oh, in modern
Or
day,
probably
just like,
2013, honestly.
we get it. We get it.
We get it. You're a 1975 fan. Yeah.
Cool.
You learned
You're
about
cool.
synthesizers and guitars, and you put them together, and you're cool. Your
I guess
name's Matt, the
Actually,
coolest
they
name in the
use
world.
synthesizers.
I'm sorry,
heard of
Josh.
me.
This
My
was
name's
my,
Max.
I was really trying to help you guys tour with the 1975, but
Yeah, that would have
Chase
been
really
great.
Chase
Yeah.
really derailed that, huh?
I'd say if there's any song I'd have to cover, it'd be "Sex" by the 1975.
Well, then.
Or Chocolate.
I'm gonna have
Chocolate's a good
to.
one.
I
She's
thought
American's
they had
a
a
good
song
one.
named Chocolate. I didn't want to say that erroneously, but I had a feeling that they also had another dumb titled name named Chocolate, and I was correct. But if you want to play,
Can you guys name a song named Strawberry, or like, just to counteract that? What's the opposite chocolate? Fondue.
Just
Oh,
fondue.
Fondue.
Chocolate water fountain.
Chocolate water fountain. Chocolate. No.
Chocolate rain.
Some stay dry, whilst others feel the pain. Chase, if you want to cover Sex by the 1975, then you're gonna have to do it in this band because I appreciate you and
Aw.
I understand that we're not always gonna have the same opinions on music, and that's kind of what makes this band so great sometimes is being able to respectfully
This
mesh
requires
our
this
sounds
is a
together.
moment here.
And truthfully, like that's I think something sweet. Like I know that
Absolutely.
you enjoy emo music a lot more than I do. I'm not as like math rocky and emo. You do have an affinity for
Just
it.
imagine if the
and
piano
you do,
dubbed
yeah.
over top of this.
I really appreciate that. And I don't. And over the year and some change that we've been together, hearing those influences come in and my influences merge with that, it's a testament to trusting people that you respect and enjoy working with, because the parts of it that have seeped into Camino Kid, I love. And I think that's one of those things where when you're willing to meet people halfway and a little beyond and appreciate that they see something in it that you don't. I mean all this so genuinely. You're able to elevate it into something that you weren't capable of before. It's that like the opposite of gatekeeping.
Where's he going?
Don't gatekeep. Where is he going? I don't know, but I'm gonna continue. It's like don't gatekeep. Don't say that I only listen to classical rock. Like that's stupid.
All right,
You gotta listen to anything.
I took a nap.
That's beautiful, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it was good.
There's a
And
power
I
nap.
hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
That's-
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, don't gatekeep. Listen to anything and be open.
I love how that went on for an incredibly long amount of time. Impressive.
I
Kudos.
think we needed that.
Kudos to
I think
Josh.
That's what everybody needed.
I'm a big
Best
monologue guy.
best
Anybody
bit
that knows
of this year goes to Josh.
Just
Guys,
started.
listen, if
We've
you would
already
like to
got
come on the show and make an even more incredible bit where you didn't even let the person who's interviewing you talk for like a good, you were just monologuing, respect, I had to give you
That's what I'm here
all
for.
the kudos for that. You know, I could have just said shut the fuck up whenever I wanted to, but I just saw you monologuing, and I was just like, you know what? I feel like that's important. You know, and
Put these in
so
his hands.
the bits,
Yeah,
the
I
bit was
appreciate the
important.
trust.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
You know, I could tell real craftsmanship was going on in that bit. So, you know, I had to make sure. You know,
A
I
lot
had
of
to make
thought
sure it was
went
in here.
behind that one,
And like I
but,
said, guys, this goes unedited, so you're gonna get that full bit for free. You know, so
for free.
make sure
And
to
if you want more
subscribe.
bits,
It's us, Camino
That's-
Kid MI on Instagram.
come on through.
There you go.
forget it.
Respect.
We have
You know,
bits
guys.
by the bunch.
Links below. You know, only the best bits. You know, the band Camino.
Premium.
You know, they don't have the bits. Camino Kid got the bits. Okay, so
We got the bits.
make sure to go check below. Go give them a follow. Only the best
yeah,
bits here.
Arby's, they got the beef, but us,
They do.
we got the bits.
Camino Kid got the bits. Just remember that. You heard it here first. Also, guys, in regards to covers, let Camino Kid know what song you would like to hear them cover down below. If you'd like to
Please.
settle a
Yeah.
score, absolutely do it. You know, that's up to you. You know, I'm gonna keep my hands out of that shit because you know
I'd love
it,
some
it
suggestions.
ain't me.
We
You
would
know.
love that.
You know, but you know, if I had to, you know, stir the pot a little bit, you know, as I do here on the channel, I do feel, you know, big salutes to Sade, you know, gotta love her, you know, but 1975, that I feel like, you know, if I had to pick between the two, you know, that might be my pick, you know. I'm a big 1975 fan, you know, so you know.
Continue.
Josh, come back.
Josh just like gets up and leaves. He's just like, I'm done with this shit.
This isn't a bit.
This is
I'm really gone.
yeah. He's actually. You hear the door slam. Like, oh great, I would love
You
that.
just hear a car drive away. the whole bit.
I'm
He's just like honking the horn like a bunch as he's leaving.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, shut the fuck up.
your Sade's playing.
Yeah,
behind
Sade's,
you.
yeah. Oh man, I love it. Well, guys, seriously, let them know in the comments below what you would love to hear them cover. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. But the next question I have for you guys, listen, we're only like a few questions in, and I got like we're gonna speed run this motherfucker right now.
man,
But
we're here
what
as long
is
as you
your
want us to.
what is your
As long as you
favorite
want us.
food to eat? What's your go-to?
Ooh, that's tough. I like food, man.
Food is a good food.
Food
Food
is
is
also
good.
good, but food has a special place in my heart
You're
as
right,
well.
exactly. Salutes.
Mexican food.
Mexican food.
Yep.
That's it.
Like it's a tie between Chinese and Mexican, but I love Mexican food.
Any particular dish? You can't say.
Ooh, I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for some chilaquiles.
Ooh,
I love me some chilaquiles.
Ooh, some chilaquiles. Ooh.
Hello. Oh, hello. Is
Hello.
that chilaquiles?
Chilaquile? Wow.
Hey, I didn't know you were here. What's,
Yes.
what about you? Indian food is my number
Ooh.
one.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good one.
there's a gobi Manchurian, which is like a spicy kind of cauliflower with rice. That's like, oh, do that with a garlic naan bread, and you put it all in the naan bread. Let's go.
Yeah.
I actually tonight I've like been cooking frequently again. I
Hey,
made
let's
this
go.
red curry chicken with rice and green beans, and like, you gotta throw your lemon in there. You gotta throw your cumin, your basil, your pink sea salt crystals, all that jazz, and some cheese bread. I forget what kind of bread that was, but we added some Trader Joe's Quattro Formaggio,
Wow.
which
Excuse
is I
me.
believe Japanese for cheese. And it was
Japanese for
for cheese, and it was incredibly delicious. So.
I love it.
What about you? What's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
favorite?
what's your favorite food? man?
Okay. You know what? Listen, I gotta give an honorable mention since I'm close to Philadelphia, and you know, listen, we gotta respect the hometown, the love, the boys, Phillies for the boys. A Philly cheesesteak, unprecedented. You know,
Oh, they're so good.
unlike anything else, if you have not been to the Philadelphia area and have a cheesesteak, you haven't had a cheesesteak. I'm sorry to say it, but, you know, it's
know, I
not
believe
it's not
that,
true. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
true. You know, it's
I
not
love
true.
me a cheesesteak, but I've never had a true.
You
Philly
gotta have a
cheesesteak.
true Philly cheesesteak in order to really know, is this shit gonna clog my arteries? 100%.
Yeah.
Is it going to be delicious on the way down? 100%. Is there a chance that I'll go to the hospital? Most likely, but it's
Yeah.
okay though. You'll go, go to cheesesteak heaven. So
Well, once we get a show in Philly, you'll have to
Hey,
take us.
let's
to a
go.
Take us to cheesesteak.
I would love that. I would love that. But
I
Go
have
ahead, go
actually,
ahead.
real quick. I have
Yeah.
a Philly question. I guess you're nearby. You said Pennsylvania.
nearby, yes.
So,
Undisclosed location.
which, if you had to shoot one of them, would you shoot Philly cheesesteaks or Wawa's?
Oh God.
If you had to pick.
Why would you
I've
say
been
this?
out-
This is
I know, I've been out there a couple times. Like, I used to travel for work and stuff, and Wawa's are incredible. Incredible.
Never have.
Yeah. Well,
They're like
they're
heaven.
a gas station.
a gas
They're like
station
a
chain.
7-Eleven,
Never
but
had
it's
one.
like,
I feel like they're in
Never had
two
it.
different categories though.
but they're both looking at you like dead in the eyes, begging for their lives.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the only problem with that.
You have one bullet in the
Oh
chamber, you can't
God,
leave
this is
unless you
tough.
get
I
rid
feel
of
like
one.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get hate the next time I go
Gun
into
to your
Philly.
head, and you're holding
Oh,
your gun with
God.
a bullet in it.
I
That's
feel
the
like for the sake of variety, I have to go with Wawa because if I just get a Philly cheesesteak, I'm pretty sure I'll end up in a coffin anyway. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
one way or another, I'm gonna die. So, I might as well die with
There you go.
variety.
Yeah,
So
the utilitarianism.
the
choice.
amen, brother, amen.
Utilitarianist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah,
Excellent
yeah.
choice. Something like
But if I had to say my actual like favorite food to eat, I love sushi. Sushi, chef's kiss. Who doesn't love a good sushi roll?
We love
I'm not talking about like some shrimp tempura shit. I'm talking about some real deal fucking sushi.
Ooh, I like that shit, though.
But that shit's delicious too. Don't get me wrong.
What's some
I
real
could
sushi?
I could really tear down some some shrimp tempura. But God, if you put like a nice roll together with some like spicy tuna or something, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Love it.
Chop.
So
Okay.
big salutes to sushi. Love sushi, baby. It's great.
Sushi.
Love it.
Chop.
The next question I have, I appreciate the question, Josh. I want to say that as someone who loves both equally. That was a very hard question to answer, so I like that.
Glad it could cause you stress tonight.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just gonna hear like pillaging outside of my apartment and be like, tear him, take him out. We're gonna kill him.
Oh, they're gonna put your head on a Philly cheese steak. I'm sorry, but come on. You see me working? You see me working? You see it? Let's go. Is
Man.
it a crime?
Josh is taking over my job as audio addiction now. He is now audio addiction. I passed the mantle. Here you go.
It's my honor.
It's yours now.
Ooh.
Just a little sweaty.
Just a
but
little
it's
sweaty, yeah.
Great condition.
Can I
Yeah,
try it?
absolutely.
Oh, that is moist.
That's a little moist.
Okay,
but
do you want to give it back?
I'm a
Okay,
little
I'll
sweaty right
take it
now.
back. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Glad we're not in the same. Oh yeah.
Okay. The next question I have for you guys, if you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with on an up and coming Camino Kid track, a dream collaboration, who would you love to collaborate with?
Maddie Healy from the 1970s.
I'd say
You're really
Buick.
doubling down.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Chase.
That's a great question, man. Mm.
Yeah. Jeez, and this is anybody, right? Not like a local.
Living-
musician.
I feel like it
Oh, yeah,
for the
elaborate.
necessity of you guys saying your love of local bands in the area. I feel like I can give you two options here. You can do both options. What's one local artist you would love to work with, and what's one that's just like, if you can manifest it, belief, you got the faith, who would you love to collaborate with? There's no hold bar,
I'd say the immediate one that is not local. And one of my favorite current artists right now is Benny Sings. Do you know
Oh,
Benny
yeah,
Sings?
that's-
I do not. No, I'll have to check it
He
out.
actually just put out or is about to, I'm not sure. Either I listened to it, anyways, he's got a song coming out or just came out with Kenny Beats.
Ooh.
But he's is it Dutch? He's from the Netherlands. I believe that's a Dutch artist. Yeah, from Amsterdam. And,
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I forget his name, but
he's incredible. He's got this like young, like dreamy pop voice, but he's this like kind of weird looking dude. I don't think he'd mind me saying that. That like fantastic, just kind of like composer.
He's just really weird looking, but
Really weird.
fantastic
Yeah.
voice.
super soft, dreamy, kind of like indie pop vibes that are just really like as fun as they are melancholic, and he would be incredible to work with.
There you go.
That's
That'd be
probably
solid.
one of my favorite current artists. Like that.
There we go. Yeah, no, honestly, I'd have to say, I think it'd be really fucking fun to collab on something with Joji.
Ooh,
good-
I think that
yes.
would be like an
That'd be a
absolute
blast.
experience. You know what I mean? As for local artists, I don't know, man. That's tough. There are a
That
lot of
is.
great artists here.
Yeah, we haven't worked with Rosemont, to be fair. So
I was about to
something
say, yeah.
with Dan. Like if we could get that voice on one of our songs, oh
Oof.
my goodness! Come on,
Serenade Me, Daddy.
pressure's on, Daddy Daniel. Come on and fuck with me. I'm back again.
Let me feel.
I
your-
feel like I feel like Josh kind of semi-morphed into Hank Hill. He's like, come on. He's like,
God damn it, Bobby.
go.
Come on, Bobby.
Come on.
Come
Bobby.
on,
Why
Dan.
why
He's like,
won't
come
you bring
on,
your
Dan.
guitar over so we can track some stems? What's going on?
I want to write a song about propane and propane accessories.
I'll put the chorus plug-in on it just like you want.
I feel like now Dan he was like very serious up until this moment, and then you hit him with the Hank Hill. He's like, nah, I can't do this anymore. We're out.
Yeah, he's gonna
Are
hate
you
love
Daniel
this.
from Rosemont? I want to collab on something
I
with
want
you.
to collab you with the
I have
song.
this song idea about propane.
Do you think you could sing about propane? And then he's just like, no,
and my
I'm.
fat son
No.
Bobby.
It's not my thing, man.
He's like, please stop calling me.
emailing me. Every day for a
Stop
year. I'm not
emailing.
gonna do a song about propane.
I don't even know
Hey,
you, man.
He did it
I
again.
don't know. Who are you? Yeah.
How did you get my
You
number?
have an interview with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know this guy at all. I've never heard."
I
of
like
them.
message him
I don't know how
after.
they
I
got
message
my
him after. I'm like, yeah, I just had a great interview with Josh and Chase of Camino Kid, and then he's just like, who? Who are these people?
name.
I don't. Are you sure they got my name right?
Like found his name on a piece of mail on the
They're
street.
like, they're like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They're like,
Dan.
what? Did they tell you that they met you at a Best Buy? And I was just like, yeah, they did. What's wrong with that? And they're just like, bro, they were just high out of their fucking mind, man. Like they thought I was Dan from Rosemont. Who the fuck is that dude?
I told him to leave. And
I'm
they're like, "Cool, we'll
Steve."
see you at the show Saturday. Yeah.
And then they just came to this show.
Yeah.
I don't know how they felt.
We
high
don't
on
even know how
mescaline,
they took my
screaming.
guitar. Yeah, they didn't even have any equipment. They took my equipment.
That is what's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah. What
Now-
Camino Whoozy was
Camino, what?
Who are these guys? I don't even know.
that?
That'd be great. Dan, let us know in the comments if that's
Yes,
true.
man.
Or Steve,
Dan,
whatever.
Are we
Yeah.
real? Let us know. in the comments
I don't
down
know.
below.
That's the only way they'll be able to know if they're real or not. So make sure to comment Dan/Steve or whatever your name is, because obviously you
Hill,
can't
yeah,
corroborate
yeah.
the story, so
Yeah,
wasn't there.
If you got this far and you think we know Dan, type "I am a Dan truther" into the comment section.
Hashtag Dan Truther.
Hashtag Dan truther.
I love this. This is far more meta than I ever thought this interview was gonna be. So big
Yeah.
salutes.
Same.
But it's
man.
great.
Going down the rabbit hole, man.
Salutes to Dan. If he's real.
Salutes to Dan.
Big
Dan.
man.
You're the
Hey,
man.
hey, Dan's the man. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, if you'd love to hear these sick collaborations from the guy that has, in quotes of what Josh says, doesn't look the best, but if you, whatever his name is, I'll throw it up on the screen. Make sure to tag this person.
Oh, Benny sings.
Benny Sings. Okay, tag Benny Sings, tag Joji, and then I also want you to tag Camino Kid,
I
and
love
then
you,
type
George.
collab ? And again, I didn't go to law school, but I believe if it is on
School,
Twitter,
we learned that.
yeah. We of course so I do believe that if you type collab into Twitter and then you send a tweet out and you tag those people in it, that it's a legally binding contract. I'm not 100%
course,
sure. I don't work for Twitter,
True.
and I'm also not a law student. But you know,
True.
if it's on the internet, it's real, right? That's what it really comes down to. So if you wanna,
Yeah.
if you wanna hear this sick collab track, I don't know how they had the money to afford, both of them, but shout outs to GoFundMe, so they really killed it on that one. So,
Yeah,
guys, if
big
you want to
shout
hear
out.
that shit, definitely make sure to tag them on Twitter.
Yeah, let them know,
Let 'em
because
know.
that'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to see it, myself included, so definitely do that. I'm not forcing you to do it, but if there was a gun to your head, I would probably do it,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that or you got to blow up a Wawa. So I would just send a tweet if I were you, man. Just me to you, listening.
The SWAT team comes blasting through my window. We heard a lot of this shit that you guys were talking about in this interview. Man, we're on some sort of watch list now.
Riot shields up the stairs. Man, it's dangerous out here.
Yeah, it is. The aliens
You're
could
as
come and contact you.
antagonistic as you are, yeah.
Yeah. I send a lot of mean tweets. Let me tell you that. No, I don't.
Love it, guys. Well, the next question I have for you is my personal favorite. I don't know if you can tell here, but I have a bunch of, video game shit on here, and I have more
Oh,
more
hey,
more
Tails.
stuff
Yeah,
over
let's
on the
go.
other corner. But I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking it. If you guys could be a video game character, who'd you be?
Ooh.
In a minute,
Tough.
I got a good one for this.
Oh, okay, all right. Josh, hit me with it.
I would go with. I just actually finally got to play these. I'm so glad we are both. We're both pretty big gamers. If I do that angle.
Good company then.
Uncharted just got ported to PC, and I finally got to play those because I've always been an Xbox kid. Nathan Drake is literally invincible.
Yes.
I mean he's literally invincible.
Man's got like fucking legs of steel.
Dude,
You like
yeah,
fly
he's got
out
legs
of
of steel.
a fucking plane and be like, yeah, I'm fine. I feel like
He
if I
got
fell out of a
shot.
plane, I would just be like, I'd be dead. Like I would just
Yeah.
immediately
I need
die.
a nap.
He
Yeah.
got dragged behind a car for like 5 miles and not a rip on his jeans. He got shot like 500 times. He's fine. He's totally cool.
Chilling.
And he's just like traveling the world. He's whipping it off branches. Anytime Rock City's climbing or crumbles, there's something below it he can grab onto. He's just got like the ultimate luck. And yeah, he gets stabbed and bleeds and stuff like that, but he doesn't die unless he wants to.
He screams at his wounds and then they heal up,
Yeah, that's all you
He's
gotta
like-
do. It's ridiculous. And I love like treasure hunters and stuff like that. And you get to go to all these exciting locations and find like literal treasures, like find
Actual
that stuff.
treasures.
Oh,
Yeah.
That gets me
That's
really
sick.
excited. So
That's a great one.
yeah,
I like
here
that.
we go.
Kudos.
Okay, so for mine, if we're picking a video game character, it's just like am now magically transformed into this video game character, and I have to live my normal life as this character, or am I becoming a character in their realm?
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. He's like,
I
do
would-
Go into
change
the game?
in
I
the
want to
world?
say, over the 7 years that I've been doing this for, I love that people, like, there's some people that, like, are, like, will tell me the answer, but I know a true gamer will give me the question of, am I in this world or not? And if I am I that
That's
person,
some
or
gamer
am I
shit.
myself, insert
That's your
person
gamer.
here? Which is true gamer status, so salutes. You've unlocked, you've done the Konami code to unlock the next question.
Achievement unlocked,
Yeah, the Xbox achievement will pop. Xbox achievement. I should do it. I'll do it.
Like the
True
old school,
True
the
gamer.
old school red versus blue video when the dude's like, I have my own achievables. Bleep bloop. That's what yeah. Bleep bloop.
I still think
Okay,
the
well.
Xbox thing would come up, but that'd be hilarious.
I love
No, I feel like the question at hand, I believe it's you become that character in that world.
in that world. Okay. Gandhi from Civilization 5.
Oh,
No.
you went Civ 5.
I'm
you went
kidding.
Civ 5.
I'm kidding. That'd be
It's
funny.
terrifying.
though.
I was like,
No.
what the fuck?
Why?
I was like,
No,
I was like, you led up to this big moment, and you picked Gandhi from Civilization 5. Like,
Shout outs to 5 though. This is a Civ 5 household as much as it is Ableton.
Yeah.
okay,
2,000 hours on Steam. Mess with me.
Yeah.
I
you
will-
should just get
let's
a you
go.
should just get a sign that's in the back every time you record. You're like, this is a Civilization 5 Ableton household.
Antique Newegg household.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the sign in
No,
another
I,
room, you know. But
Love it. Love it. No, I am a big fan of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games. And so I feel like if there's one game I would absolutely want to be transported in, it would be between Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas. To be like the Dragonborn or the Courier, that'd be sick as shit.
ooh,
Can I change mine as well?
sure, absolutely.
Putt putt.
I was. What if I said no? Like,
Yeah, I'm going putt putt.
Putt putt.
Yeah. Humongous entertainments, classic children's point-and-click adventure games.
No.
Putt-Putt saves the zoo. Putt-Putt enters the race. Putt-Putt goes to the moon. Putt-Putt travels through time. The little car can do anything he wants. He's got a Mary Poppins body. He could fit like 10 different suns inside his car. He can fit as many dwarf stars as he wants to. He's got like this cable that just pops out. Can grab anything, even though it doesn't even have a grip. It's just a little wire.
This
It
is
can
a
gra- it can
putt-putt
just hug
household.
This is a big putt-putt household. This is a anti-Newegg household. This is a Civ 5 household. You understand me right now? Putt-putt, he's got a dog that's with him for life. That dog never dies. He's got a little, cute little horn. It's got a smiley face on it. You press it and goes, every time. Like, he's always up to new adventures. He's always doing something new. He's what's new. He's what's happening. Putt putt
is the truth.
He's the truth. Hashtag putt putt truther.
I honestly don't know what shit is real and what's a bit now at this point, because I have to give it to Josh. He said that shit with such conviction and didn't break character. So,
If there's
you.
one thing to know about us is that we're just always in a bit.
Yeah,
committed,
that is
committed.
true.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. You
Like
know,
100% of this.
I'm looking at a note on his monitor that I just like slipped up. We live together. I'm across the stairs over there.
Red
and
O's.
He just had to wake up one day and look underneath his door. I just slid him a note. He just woke up and it just
And it goes it's right on my monitor.
I love that.
tomfoolery.
You got to. Yeah, that's great.
It's everlasting.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of love right there. You know.
we do what we can.
Do it with love, you know. But I gotta give kudos to Josh for the most compelling answer to this question I've gotten to date. Big salutes. If I was ever to give awards out for good answers,
Oh,
that would definitely be top 10.
I don't know what to say.
The choice that I pick, my my choice is and will always be the Pokemon trainer from Gold and Silver. I'm an OG boy, you know.
Nice.
Respect,
Grew up
yeah.
with that shit. I love Pokemon. If anybody is familiar with the channel, you know, your boy loves me some good Pokemon all the time. So, you know,
with
if you
it,
in a
I'm with
squad up on the Switch, you know, hit up them DMs, brother. Would love to
Okay.
would love to play you guys. Anybody. Also, you know, side note, you know, little side tangent here. Gonna be doing a lot more game streaming here on YouTube. So, you know, listen, OB Hangout, we'll get to know each other a little bit more. You get to ask me some fun shit. You get to ask me whether or not I need to shoot someone that loves Philly cheesesteaks or loves Wawa. You know, these the great times to be had
Some
here.
good
So,
questions, yeah.
good questions.
I do want to ask real quickly then. Who's your favorite Pokemon? If that's
Oh.
if that's what you're going for, like, do you have a number one? I'm Squirtle squad through and through. By the way, I know he's a starter. I know it's a little basic,
Dude,
but I just love Squirtle.
Squirrel's tight.
Squirtle is tight. I feel like, you know, I would do myself a disservice if I didn't say this, because I am a fire type stan. We pick fire type every fucking
fair.
game. You know, no matter how shitty the design is, we pick it. You know, big salutes to the newest fire starter, Fuecoco. He is like the most dumb-headed, airheaded Pokemon looks-wise, but God, he stole my heart, you know. He's a G. So big salutes, big shout outs to my guy Fue Coco.
Salute.
But I gotta say, as being a Gen Tour for life, gotta say Typhlosion, god tier Pokemon.
Ooh, yeah.
Second
Big
favorite,
name, big moves.
Blaziken. Come on, fucking.
Okay.
KFC
Okay, yeah,
fried
yeah.
chicken to the max. Let's fucking go. Nashville hot fucking chicken kick you in the dome, motherfucker. Like that's the type of thing that if I saw that shit in real life, I wouldn't be able to run. That chicken would maul the fucking face off me, So
Yeah,
big
100%
salutes.
true.
Yeah.
Big salutes.
Yeah,
So-
growing up, I had Leaf Green on the Game Boy.
Woo!
That was my #1 game for a long time, and I always picked Bulbasaur, and so I think Bulbasaur will forever be my #1.
Bulbasaur?
Not Bulbasaur. What's the first? It's been a long time.
Yeah, that would be the first one.
No, it
Would
is
it be
Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
You mean the
Okay,
final
let's say
evolution?
Bulbasaur. No, the first one.
Okay.
Forget the name.
That is Bulbasaur. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Okay,
right.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
out of all the Pokemon,
Yeah.
you pick Bulbasaur.
Because I have
It's the very
deep
he very
spiritual
picked the
connection.
very first Pokemon and
Yeah, because there's
I like it.
nostalgia factor. There's
Okay.
nostalgia
I feel like
factor.
Josh has
No,
something
okay.
serious to say here.
Listen, you
Bulbasaur.
don't get to say shit.
Bulbasaur, the 1975 of Pokemon changed my mind.
You don't get to say shit. Puff puff.
Whoa! Whoa! Talking shit on the Squirtle Squad. We
Damn.
roll
No, not
deep out here.
Squirtle.
Don't even.
Puff puff. Beep beep.
Oh.
Bitch.
His name's Putt. Putt.
Putt putt.
Not Puff Puff.
Yeah, puff puff.
All right, fair. I love that we also all picked a different one of the starters, so this is really even. I went Squirtle,
Yes, this is.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
Blaziken.
Squad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we round out each other well.
Yeah, we're like oil and water.
Oil and water and
Um,
Bulbasaur. Yeah. those
And
three.
Bulbasaur's on top, sinking through the oil in the water. Help me! Anyway, love that question, guys. Let us know down below too if you're a gamer as well. Let us know down below what your favorite video game character is. If you made it this far,
I don't know.
if you have, God bless you, because we're at 2 hours almost.
Jeez, really?
Yeah, salutes, big
yeah,
salutes, big
man.
salutes.
It's just dangerous getting the three of us
It
together.
is. It is. It's
Go
too much.
on
We
and
should
on.
just start a podcast now at this point.
There.
The next question.
Oil, water, and
I like how I was just like, we should start a podcast. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, so we can just.
Oh yeah. We should probably
I just
start
like come
recording
out.
now, man.
I like come out of my desk. I'm just like, yo, so starting the podcast off. Like,
Hey, how's it going? I'm Josh.
we haven't been here for 2 hours.
Not at all.
No. Very cool answers. Again, I knew I had some good. I know I had some good gamers here
Some real
on the
true
channel.
gamers
So
out here, yeah.
real true gamers out here. So much love. But the next question I have for you guys: if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Camino Kid, who would be on it?
the Wiggles.
Wiggles. Big
No.
time Wiggles.
um,
Big time Wiggles.
big time. This is a Wiggles household.
Yes.
That's a
Wow, you guys are gonna have a lot of wall decor the next time I talk to you.
Oh,
yeah.
also,
If you actually buy that and you come back on again, I am gonna freak the fuck out. I just look
right.
behind you and there's just a bunch of photos on the back.
Oh,
and
hey.
it's- And it's just like, and it was like other shit that you guys have come up with that's like outside of this interview. And I'm just like, throughout the interview, I'm like,
What's that?
bro, what's that?
this was all planned, man. You think you're interviewing us? No,
We're
no.
interviewing you.
Oh,
interviewing you,
okay,
man.
respect. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely no.
So
It's about
in the
time.
realm of- It's about time. Don't worry, that's the next one will be that.
Okay, cool.
But that's a tough one, man.
Yeah, are we thinking like two or three, like three other bands?
No,
maybe?
we're
It's like a
we're
four-band
going
lineup?
all day, all out. 4 bands, including your band. This is
Including the 3
stacked.
others.
This is a stack. This is like break some necks like
Okay.
tour.
So
you know?
open the pit type tour. Okay.
No, I just meant like people are just gonna be like, it's gonna be an absolute like slammed tour. Like it's got
I
all
see.
the hits.
All the hits.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the bands we mentioned. Like I feel like Joji's a
Clipboards.
pretty good pick on that.
Ooh.
Joji.
Joji
I like
Joji
it. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I want to say Clipboards is one of them.
Yeah, they
Those are our
they
boys.
slam. They slam.
They do slam.
Shut up. Ooh. Block Party. But they only play off Silent Alarm.
Party.
Only Silent Alarm, because that's one of the best records ever.
100%.
I would agree.
And everything else is just.
They
It's
did write
fine,
a
but
song
it's not
about
Silent Alarm.
helicopters, so that's important.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna need a helicopter bass song.
hmm
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, 100%. Fucking Block Party, Joji, Clipboards, us.
Yeah. And
That'd be
then like
incredible.
special appearance by like the Hives, huge Hives. fan.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyrannosaurus Hives, that record.
Yeah, let's
tier.
go.
Yeah,
I'm about it.
absolutely.
And Yoko Ono.
And Yoko Ono. Yeah.
This is where she screams, ah!
Yeah, just that's all she does. She
Just makes pterodactyl. She just comes out and she opens this show with like a bunch of pterodactyl sounds. She's like,
Precisely.
sorry for anybody that was
That's
listening
wild.
to it. You know, I'm sorry. That was my best pterodactyl screech. You know,
It was an incredible pterodactyl.
yeah, that was whew.
That was not bad.
Good job,
Been
Chase.
practicing.
That
I
was
like
impressive. Yeah,
dinosaurs.
that was good. That was good. Definitely workshopping that real hard. I appreciate that. You know, as a fellow pterodactylian, you know, like I gotta respect that.
Pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl enthusiast, I see.
Yeah, I can't make a pterodactyl noise, but I can do a whimsical German man.
Okay.
Which is not at all like that. Well, hello. Hi, my name is Francis, and you know, I like chocolates, and you know, I've been going to therapy recently, and they've been helping me unpack all of my childhood traumas. And
And my name
understand
is
it.
Gunther.
Oh, hello, Gunther.
And
Oh,
I
how are
have
you?
some very serious issues as well.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I do not
yeah.
go to therapy.
No, he keeps them all bottled up inside, so they just
Mhm.
explode.
So when I paint and I do my art, it is
Oh, oh,
an explosion.
oh, a true explosion.
Can you guys do your next show like that? I feel like in between
Well,
monologues and
hello, we
stuff,
are
you just
Camino
sing like
Kids.
you just sing the songs normally, like as you normally would sing them, but like in between songs you're like, "Da, hello, thank you
so
for
much.
joining me. We are Camino
yeah.
Kid."
Hello.
Yeah. Hello,
This
yeah.
is
From
next fun.
Hamburg.
It's
Yeah.
about, my internal
Thank you.
traumas
This
from
is
my
our
past
first
relationship.
U.S. tour.
Very excited to be
Yeah,
here in what you call this Maishigain.
Maishigain. Do you Maishigain?
yeah,
There's
just-
know how kinky the Germans are.
Oh, that's very good.
If you actually do that, I will crack the fuck up.
Oh,
I
man.
love that. That'd be so
You just
amazing.
might.
That's gonna be a next music video.
I feel
with
like,
the
honestly,
lederhosen, yeah.
I should just.
Yeah,
I've.
Bruno.
Can you just can you do like a clog dance? Have you guys? Okay, I need to ask if you've seen this music video, and if you haven't, I would definitely recommend checking this band out. They used to go by the name Eskimo Callboys, but they had to change their name to Electric Callboys for, you know, reasons.
Yeah.
The name sounds
And
familiar.
they did this. They're like a German band, I'm pretty sure, and they are like this metalcore electronic band, and
Yeah.
they do like the most obnoxious music videos possible. But first of all, songs slap, 10 out of 10. You know.
Wait,
Um.
is that dude have like a bowl cut?
Yes, the bowl
Yep.
cut one. Yeah, I feel like you guys got to do something like that.
Paul showed us that.
That's right.
That
That's
music
why I
video. We
remember
do
that.
actually know that.
Big
Yeah,
salutes
yeah,
to
we had
Paul.
a friend show us that. Shout out Paul.
Shout out to
Shout out
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah. So I feel like you guys should do something like that where it's just like goofy shit, you know?
Oh,
Just
man,
get the
we are
leader
all
hose in,
about
you know,
music.
and then just be like, you know,
It
do
is
your shit.
liable to happen. Absolutely.
I
That's
would-
hilarious because it's really funny you say that because we heard about him when we were talking to a buddy of mine, Paul, and our other brother Kevin, who were going to record a music video for us,
Yeah.
and he literally referenced that Callboy song as like a reference. For the
Let's
music video we were gonna
go.
make.
I love
That
it.
is
That's
weird.
hilarious.
Hey,
That is
let's
very
go.
weird.
Full
I
circle,
forgot
baby.
about that.
Shout outs to
Sorry
Paul.
we haven't hit you back, Paul. We got a little busy.
love you,
but
Paul.
we still love you, Paul.
They're practicing their accents, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just been a real slog. I'm trying to work on it a lot.
It's hard.
I feel
but
like-
someone has to do
It's so
it.
hard.
You know, what'd be really funny is if you committed to that and you just started talking like that for the rest of the interview, and then I start doing a bit where I'm just like, so the next question I have for you guys would be, if you if you, what was your favorite band you toured with?
Oh, boy!
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
You know, it
Wait,
had
we
to
have
be,
a special guest.
Kraftwerk.
My buddy
Daft
Goofy's
Punk.
got a question for you. Oh, yeah, so, sorry, I get you.
You got it. No, you stick with it. I
So
love it.
Thank you for the question,
Yeah.
Goofy. I would like.
Well, again, I'd say that Kraftwerk and Daft Punk.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
our
und
biggest
Rammstein.
influences. Big synthesizer
Rammstein.
guys. Oh yeah. We really like arpeggiating melodies and things that go.
Yeah. And I think the one thing that really drove it home for me was when I was cooking one day and my friend here was making the German beats. And then I repeatedly hit the stove with the frying pan, and that is how So Far was made.
That's how it was made. Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, Goofy.
Thank you, Goofy.
Door, you're welcome.
Thank you, Goofy.
Of course, you're welcome.
That's a good one.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I scare people with that. So the next question I have for you guys is, poignant question right after we did the, the great, just like impressions and stuff like that. But what is your favorite movie, favorite TV show?
I've never been a huge movie guy, so
Oh,
it may
okay.
take me a bit on movies.
Chase
However,
hates movies.
I just,
He just
have
doesn't
really
like
bad
watching
ADD,
'em.
and I have a hard time focusing.
That's fair. Yeah.
Um,
Big respect.
But I'd say TV show it's difficult because I love Community.
Oh yes.
That is my
Love
number
Community.
one.
We both
Yes.
love Community.
Yes,
My
yes, yes,
absolute
yes.
number one.
Yes.
This guy gets it.
Gets
Yes.
it. Gets it. I also really like Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yes.
Trailer Park
Yes.
Boys is also
Yes.
a great show.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, Community by far. Also, Silicon Valley, incredible.
yes, that's
been
also
my
great,
fall
yeah.
asleep show lately. Silicon Valley's
Oh, yeah.
great. Movie, I could get really pretentious with it.
Birdman.
Because I love Synecdoche, New York. Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's Charlie Kaufman's like debut,
Oh.
directorial debut. It's really trippy and yeah, a really great watch, like multiple times to try to understand. I also have a really soft spot in my heart for Boogie Nights.
Ooh.
Love Boogie Nights. Yeah, like the scene where, and if you know, this scene where it just cuts to Don Cheadle with the most depressed face in the world with the most ridiculous wig on, in this party, just so sad, is hilarious. And yeah, that just a great tale of excess.
Love it.
Yeah, I love Boogie Nights.
That is a good one. Yeah, I really like Pulp Fiction too.
Ooh.
It's a good movie. He's artsy.
Artsy.
He knows
Alright.
Have you ever heard of this director? He's kind of underground. His name is Quentin Tarantino. Ever heard of him? He just makes these
It's kind of
indie
new, yeah,
films.
up and coming. Yeah.
I did have a really shout outs to horrible band names, but I thought of I always think of really dumb band names. So the band name I came up with was Quantico Tarantino.
Ooh.
Yo.
I
Yeah.
roll with it. I
Yeah,
would stand by
I'll
it.
go over my list. I'm gonna save the best. I'm gonna save the best one because I don't want people to take that just in the off chance that I use it myself. But I do have a list of just dumb band names that I came up with, and I feel like might as well talk about it here on the channel because
I love that.
So Quantico Tarantino, we got Jennifer Lopez,
Yes.
we got Meryl Streep, and then we got Carvey Dent.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, I really like
Or
I feel like these are a bunch of bands I could hear on a bill with like mom jeans.
you're.
You know?
Absolutely. Oh my
I had
goodness.
I had a
Hot
s-
Harvey
Mulligan.
Dent is so opening for Mom Jeans.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
unreal. That's
I also
unreal.
had another good one. Shout outs to all of the Avenged Sevenfold fans out here. But I had M Nightmare Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
And then
That's
I did see a Star Wars meme. Also shout outs to Star Wars gang. Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's a good one.
And it's just
That's a
like,
really good
and
one.
then just the merch is just gonna be like fucking what's his face? Liam Neeson just jacked.
Jacked.
Yeah,
That's
that's just gonna be all the
incredible.
merch. It's just gonna be him like in a fucking like like a fucking tank top that you would see at like a gym bro wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
roided out.
yeah. It'll just be all apparel. It'll just be all active apparel merch. That's all you can buy from me. It's just like like leggings, like gym shorts, tank tops.
And they
We
all
don't
have
sell
the
any. We don't
Indian.
sell shirts. No sweatshirts. And then we also sell a speedo. So that's it. Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
marketing right there.
That-
There you go.
That makes me think of one of my favorite just Action Bronson lines, which is, "I'm in the club with a condom on, all Under Armour on," and that's just the whole line. And I just like ridiculous. And that's what I pictured is him just in this Under Armour-esque outfit. And yeah, that's what it
Liam
says on
Neeson
it.
jacked
Also,
on it.
also, I feel like I have to say this as as you mentioned your love for your community, and I don't know if there's many people that will watch this far beyond the 2 hour mark, but if you do, God bless you.
God
bless
You can get to hear
Yeah, shout out you.
a potential song name early here, but shout outs to community. I was gonna name one of my songs, Jehovah's Most Secret Witness.
Yes! So I might just have to
Yo.
dedicate my life to Christmas. And I just want to love it till the day I die. B-E-D.
There we go. Shout outs to the
Yeah,
boys.
incredible.
That's it.
Shout out.
So
Shout
shout
out.
outs to community.
Or here's a good one. Here's a good one.
Girl. We said that to each other before the call started to test the mics working because we were in separate rooms originally. Just ham, girl. Shout out to I'm a peanut bar and I'm here to say your checks will arrive on another day, another dime, another rhyme, another dollar, another stuffed shirt, and another white collar. Criminals, Wall Street taking the pie, and all the black man gets is a plate of white lies. Prisons recruiting them, police be shooting them, rap artists looting them, labels are diluting them. Barack Obama is scared of me because I don't swallow knowledge and I spit it for free. Let me clear my throat. I don't know what that was.
I love that.
Oh,
Oh, shout outs.
I'm funny.
Shout
Guys.
out Dean.
Shout out to the
Dean.
team.
Shout outs to Gene Feldman. Love it. Also, guys, just want to let you know this segment is brought to you by Joy and Abed in the morning.
Morning.
Nice. So there you go.
This night, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect.
Salutes
Salute to
to
you
the
boys.
community. Love it. Big salutes. Next question I have for you guys. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would that be?
How did they say the 1975s first though?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
enough
good
for the
pick,
bit.
good pick.
That's a tough.
I mean, if it wasn't for the bit, I feel like you wouldn't.
That's
That's a
still a great
potential.
choice.
I was gonna say that's
it's
a
up
potential.
there.
I would say, I'll let you. I'll give you a second, Chase. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll give you a second.
I love this one. I'm so sorry. No, but I think that because at a certain point, a level of hallucination would just have to develop, right? Because of everything going on. Like I'm a castaway for a month. I'm gonna start tripping out.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
Talking Heads Remain in Light would, I think, be really satisfying for that kind of phenomenon. Like it would just be so just jungly and wiggly woogly. Like that's an incredible record, and especially just a front to back, the flow of it really makes you appreciate Once in a Lifetime like you have not before. If you haven't listened, starting from Born Under Punches all the way down, go listen to that record. And once in a Lifetime comes in, it's just this it's such a good feeling. Just this fresh, light, watery air. Remain in
Love
Light.
it. I like it. I'm about it.
Damn, that's tough, dude.
Ham, girl.
Ham, girl.
Ham, girl.
Honestly, if I could only listen to one album for a month, I'd have to pick. Let It Be by the Beatles. I
Ooh,
love that album.
Great
that's a
Every
great
song on
record.
that album is incredible. I feel
I would agree.
I could listen to that over and over, and I wouldn't get too tired of
and
it.
really
very quickly.
comforting too.
Yeah.
You know? There's just some bops. I could see just Scream singing along to that on the beach. You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Fisher watching me and being like, "What the fuck's wrong with this dude?" And I was like,
Let it be, let it be.
You just do a
dying of
Kermit voice. You're
dehydration.
like, and it's nice to be a frog.
Let it be.
There you go.
Piggy.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. That was great.
He's rocking that Kermit.
Then
I didn't know you
then
could rock a Kermit
then
like that, man.
I'm
then
actually pretty good at Kermit.
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
shit! All right,
He is. I
yeah,
didn't
that was
know
fucking
this.
I'm known
awesome.
as Kermit 2. If
Let's go.
Kermit ever needs a stunt double, well, now we're getting to like what's his name?
John Wilkes Booth.
No. No. Hey, Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
We read Kermit turned into Christopher
The
Walken
worst
really
Christopher Walken,
quickly.
and it's also the best Christopher Walken.
I love it.
Christopher Walken.
That's actually
But
not.
yeah.
It's not bad. I like that. That was good.
Thank you.
Kudos.
Thank you.
Just all right. Sure, Terrence. You can't tell me what to do.
We just cycle through everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cycle through all the
All over
bits.
again.
Fuck Newegg. The next question I have for you guys. I can't. I feel like if I ever get sponsored by Newegg, I'm just gonna be like, just don't watch this episode, okay? Thank you, bye.
Yeah.
Putting it on private
Just
now.
put it on private, yeah.
Unlisted.
Unlisted, yeah.
Thing.
Only people who have the link can watch this video. The
NSFW.
yeah, it's just like there wasn't anything NSF that we talked about. It's just like I just don't want Newegg to see it.
Trust me,
I
just
just
don't go
need
there.
the sponsorship really bad.
I really need to make money. The last question, guys, we're hitting this serious milestone. I genuinely love asking this question. We have, if you've made it to the end here, we've had plenty of goofs and gaffs here on the channel, and we love doing that. Me specifically, I love a good goof and a gaff. But in regards to making music, why is it important to you? Why do you go through the process? Because I feel like bands go through this rigorous process of putting songs together, putting their heart out in their music, and being very vulnerable, very emotional. I find that very similarly to me doing interviews where we have a good time, but I'm also able to kind of tell people bits and pieces about my life throughout the storylines that I have here within audio addiction. But I always find that people's reasonings for wanting to do this are always varied, and I love that. And I think for me, like, I wouldn't personally be here if I didn't have music. So why is music important to you guys? Why do you go through the laboring process of making it and sharing that experience with other people?
Question.
Oh, thank you.
I think for me, at the end of the day, it is very therapeutic for me to write and record music. I think a lot of to back with what Josh was saying earlier about it's cathartic. A lot of my negative and good emotions, like all emotions that I want to express, I put into the songs that I write, and even if they're just like silly ideas, like this is me getting those emotions out there. And I'm not the best with like lyric writing and words, and
Sure,
that's where
yeah.
Josh is my savior. But I think we're both really good at what we feel. We're able to get it down, whether it be lyrically, whether it be
Sure,
musically.
yeah.
But also, like, I always had this dream where I love to just one day have music out there that I don't care how many people it is, but it'd be nice to have as many people as there is to listen to it and to get something from it.
Sure, yeah.
Like the way that I'll listen to certain songs, then it'll make me feel better, or help me express a feeling an emotion that I'm feeling currently. I'd love to do that for other people.
I like that. That was
Very well said.
very well said.
Man.
Shout outs to Chase. Josh,
Shout
what
out
do you got
Chase.
for us?
Man, well, I can't not echo a lot of the sentiments as far as, wanting my form of catharsis to help somebody through their form of catharsis and speak to them in some way as other artists have spoken. Like, I think all that's perfect. And I agree 100%. I think that as well, to echo what he's saying, he is my melodic savior. Like, if I do that for him in lyrics, like, I mean, I know power chords and some open chords, and this guy just comes in and he takes anything I do and just explodes it, and everything I could have possibly thought of instrumentally, he just brings out. And I, like I said, with the hopeful ambiguity of the lyrics, I really hope that I do focus on the lyricism and the words, and I hope that my dream is always that people will come up and say like, hey, like I read or I was listening to the lyrics of the song and it made me think about something differently. It
Yeah.
gave perspective to my situation, because I think that um I think that maturity, as we age, maturity is acting upon perspective, and you can't drive the car without the gas. And I hope that we can, in some way, aside from like the obvious, I've got that thing in me that wants to be heard, that wants to be remembered, that
Sure.
wants
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
this and that, as any artist. I hope that, yeah, that we can serve as some kind of gasoline in one's tank to just make them interested. Like another good quote by somebody with some name is, life is as interesting as you are interested in it. And I hope that we can make people's lives just one iota more interesting, and have as much fun as possible while doing it, because
Yeah.
we are really like blessed to be the group that we are. Like, once again, we haven't said their names enough, but James Popick, Draven Whitaker, our bassist and drummer respectively,
My babies.
are just incredible
Humble.
people and musicians.
Wrote
It would be nothing without them. They could not be here this evening, but they are in spirit and in goof and gaff. And it's a real trip, man. And we're thankful for every show that has us, and every person that's listened to us. And we will continue to be.
100%.
Yeah. I
I'd love to
think
get those boys in on the next show, but also like,
a
yeah, I'd love to like. I know I have main character moments when I listen to other people's music. You know what I mean? I'd love to
yeah.
give that to other people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like I feel like you guys, from what I could gather here, obviously we had, a plenty of goof and gaffs, but I think
Right.
the larger sentiment that I was able to take away was that, very similarly to art in general, you want to make your mark on it. And I think that that's an important necessity to have. And, everybody has their own way of telling their story, the things that they experience. And, I think there's a lot of things that at least resonated with me, and I think that you guys definitely like the music that I've listened to thus far from you guys. Definitely made my major mark on me in regards to wanting to have you on, and obviously sharing that love and admiration for what you guys do here on the channel. So I hope that, again, if somehow you survived and made it through this 2 hours of just gripping entertainment, then God bless you.
God
But
bless you.
You're
I, you have a will of like no other. But I do really appreciate that you guys are the arguably one of the more genuine bands I've had on here. Not to discount any of the other bands I've had on here, just in general. But I feel like you're very much like, we're all about making goofs and fun, but I also feel like you guys really spoke a lot from the heart as well too. So wanted to give the kudos for that as well, because I think
Thank
there
you so
sometimes we could just have the goofs and gaffs, but it's important to have that fine line. I feel like my interviews kind of encompass both those things. So had a great time with you guys, which is again the perfect segue. The final thing, guys, tell them where they can find Camino Kid at on social media, what you guys have coming up next, and anything else you'd like to plug, talk about, things of that nature.
Man,
Well,
well, let
Well,
me,
tell
you,
something.
we
Have
a
show
coming
up
on
February
8th,
No.
9th,
No. 4th. February 4th. At the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor. It's a Saturday. We do. Yeah, February 4th at the Blind Pig.
No.
We'll be there with Former Critics, No Fun Club, and Pet Me.
Yup.
All fantastic bands. We haven't played with them yet, but we've listened to them. They're all on Spotify. Check them out. They're great.
We are also on Spotify. You can find us on Instagram at Camino Kid MI.
TikTok as well. We got the
Yup.
TikTok. We're a little. It's just a little dusty, but we got some pretty good, pretty fun vids.
We're
in
like
there.
old Gen Z, so we're bad at TikTok, but we're getting there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
getting there. And yeah, we have some new songs. We're working on 2 that are definitely coming out someday soon, and we'll be keeping people updated on a more clear date.
with I'll say a music video will be coming out. Our first music video will be coming out with one of those. Really excited for that. Our
Let's go.
great friend Silvana Lazaro, which is incredible director, filmmaker. She's a dear friend of us. And shout out to you, Silvana.
Shouts out Sylvana.
We love you. Thank you for all the work you've done for us. Yeah, and on Spotify, Camino Kid, so far, My Luck, in those tracks. My Luck finally hit over 1,000 streams. Thank you to anybody that's here that listens. I've never been as part of a musical project that's hit that mark, as small as it may be in comparison to some. Like that was huge for me, and it makes me excited to think about it. So thank you so much.
Now let's get the other 2 to 2,000.
Ooh, let's go.
challenging
No.
Does it go that high?
Let's get this shit to 10K, bros. Let's. I
Ooh,
know you
let's
got.
go-
I know you got it. And
celebrate.
listen, guys. I just want to let you know, guys. Look. You want to hit the. Ooh, what was that? Oh,
That's nuts.
I hit you to follow. Let's fucking
right.
go,
Instagram.
boys.
Hold up.
Follow, dog.
We
Let's
got
hit
a
him with the follow.
follower.
Hit him with the
It's
follow,
happening.
guys. Listen.
No way.
If I can, guys, if I can hit you, listen. If I can hit him with the follow, you can too. I'll leave the links below. Go give them a follow on Instagram. Go give them a follow on YouTube if they have their music. I know they have their.
It's
if you
on
search
there.
up,
Yeah,
it's on there.
I don't think
So
It is, yeah.
if they have a YouTube page, I'll leave a link to that. Go subscribe to that as well. I know again, this is proves to know that I've been with YouTube for such a long time, but if you help them get to a certain threshold, I'm pretty sure they can make a custom URL to get Camino Kit. So go do that. Go subscribe. Go do all this shit, please. It would be awesome. These guys are awesome. Go check out both of their tracks that
awesome,
are out
man.
now.
Thank you so much
So
for having
far,
us.
My Luck, it's fucking both fire tracks. You need to go give him a listen now. We need to hit that shit at 10K. At the very least 5K. I won't settle for anything less than that. So make sure to go give him some love. As well as that, huge shout outs to Dan of Rosemont. Love that dude. Big salutes.
Man.
My guy, my G. But if you guys enjoyed the interview, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. As well as,
Subscribe to this man.
listen, as long as you enjoy this content, I will continue to do it. So much love. It'll also be out on audio format as well. So Spotify, Apple Music, all that sort of stuff. So if you have a long drive or you're commuting home, this might be the chef's kiss you've been always wanting in your life. So make sure to go do that. Go give me a follow on all of those platforms. But huge thanks to Camino Kid for coming on. It was an absolute blast. And please go support these dudes. They make fantastic music, but they're also great people too. So go give them some love. Go check them out.
Thank you so
And
much.
huge thanks to Camino Kid for coming on tonight. The boys.
The boys.